so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked. That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are back in business, baby. Let's absolutely fucking go. I have to get aggressive. I have to get a little aggressive because we took a week off. Some of us took 3 weeks off. But also, all the conjunctions. We're finally, there were two, back for an episode of the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast, episode number 178. My name is Casey, also known as Razanon, and I am joined, mahalo, by drinking. I guess he brought the island with him with that little fruity glass. Tell us about your fruity glass, Tanner. Or is it just water with a red light behind it?
Just tequila and squirt.
Oh, okay.
All right, to put on my Hawaiian beads. I forgot about these. What do you know about Hawaiian beads?
What tourist trap did you spend your money for those at?
No, they gave them to me at one of the resorts when we checked in.
Oh, okay.
They hand them to Sierra. They say, put these on him. She puts it on me. They give me a lay. I lay her right there in front of everyone. And then they say, now kiss. And then you make out on their counter. Pretty crazy, yeah.
That's pretty
so
nuts.
I'm just island boyed up, basically.
How was the trip? You don't look any tanner.
I am.
I didn't mean that. You don't look any more tan. What I was trying to say. I actually didn't mean to make that pun. I swear to God, I didn't mean to make that pun. That's pretty funny.
I am. It actually already went away. Honestly, I was just beet red. Just beet red.
So you didn't tan. You just burned. Got it. Did you do any?
White people don't tan. You should know that.
Oh, I know it better than perhaps anyone does. Yeah. Did you see any turtles? Did you ride any waves? Did you snorkel?
Didn't snorkel. No. Saw some turtles. Yeah, there were some turtles right out front of our resort swimming in the ocean there. Yeah.
They're fucking huge, right?
I mean, they were
giant turtles.
I was standing like 20 feet back, but it looked like it's maybe 3 feet long or something, 2 feet long. I don't know. Weren't massive, but there were bigger ones for sure. I think those were tiny, smaller ones.
Okay. Well, anyway, whatever. Welcome back, I guess. Welcome to the show.
Got it.
He is back in time for Vanguard, of course, and we have our live Vanguard release timer on the broadcast. If you're here live, then it's accurate to the it's an atomic clock, dude, and it is accurate to the fucking the picosecond, okay? 1 day, 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 2 seconds left, dude, until Vanguard releases. By the way, that timer's been correct since it went up. 9 p.m. Pacific time on the 4th.
We did, of
course, call it. You heard it here first, and we have giant brains. So a lot to talk about tonight. Finally, last week, I had said in my solo podcast, carrying the program, shouldering the burden, that I was shocked at that time at how little information we had received at that time on Vanguard. And of course, the very next day, we got a ton of shit. So that is on the docket tonight. Boopsie. We've got a couple other announcements to get through as well. And let's just jump into it because there's a lot of shit, a lot of excitement, and very much looking forward to this episode and tomorrow. Real excited for tomorrow. So before we get into that, a couple announcements first. Welcome to our new gold fucking patron, Bean Dip Boy.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
What is Bean Dip? Can someone...
7-layer bean dip. Oh, it's horrible.
Okay, what is that?
It's what people who hate the person's whose party they're going to, that's what they bring to a party.
Got it.
They go to Albertsons right up front. They always have 7-layer bean dip. They grab that, $4.99. They check out. They're on their way. They forgot to get something, so they pick it up on the way to the party. That's what bean dip is. It shouldn't exist. It is the most disgusting thing.
And Bean Dip Boy, neither should he for choosing that name. But thank you very much, our new gold patron, brother, honored, humbled, and privileged, and we appreciate that. Also, and that's great, very helpful, but this name actually might be worse, by the way. Our new platinum patron. Okay, now the name itself, fine, I guess, but the concept, the meaning behind it, makes me furious. And it makes me wonder, did he do it on purpose? I don't know.
We'll find out.
Welcome to our new platinum patron, Hipfire. Hipfire is his name.
Yeah?
I saw this and I was immediately laughing and mauling at the same time. I don't know if he's trying to say, I'm way too good at this game, and then calls himself Hipfire. Good joke, if that's true. Hipfire is way too good in certainly in Warzone. Well, more Modern Warfare, really.
Yeah,
Modern Warfare guns. But anyways, Hipfire, our new platinum patron. Welcome aboard, brother. Much appreciated. We also had some upgraders. These are kings who listened to our latest, one of our recent Patreon EPs. Decided they want a discount code. More on that in a second.
Oh, yeah.
And upgraded to Damascus, dude. Simply just cows with the giant upgrade to Damascus. Let's change it, obviously. I don't even get it. And cows is spelled with a Z. I hate you. But, hey, thanks, dude, and welcome aboard the Damascus train. It's going to get real bumpy on the Damascus train, by the way. And we'll have more to say on that sometime this month, maybe 2 weeks or so. We'll have more to say about the Damascus train. Choo-choo, motherfuckers. But in the meantime, simply just cows. Thanks, dude. And welcome aboard. I'll be your conductor, dude. That's what they're called, right? A train conductor?
Yeah.
Let's just conduct this train. This train is off the rails. Also, upgrading from a tier to Damascus, Florida boy, twin of Z-Pib, would get strangled by me in a fight. It's BBMF, excuse me, Tanner Hater as well, by the way. Yeah.
Is he? You think?
Isn't he the enemy of the
BBMF.
Stay Humble?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Well, shout out to BB.
I think he's been Damascus this whole time. His credit card just gets canceled and closed every month, I believe. So
it's certainly possible. Yeah, it's certainly possible, and get scammed. But I will also say, BB, thanks for the upgrade, dude. Welcome aboard. I'll punch your ticket. All right. Much appreciated. Also, and that's great, and you guys are awesome. Appreciate all of you for joining up at patreon.com/thedropshot. However, Captain Sparky, can't talk. Captain Sparky, not sure about it. Don't love it.
I like it. It's cute. It's adorable, actually.
Not adorable. It's one step below fine. It's not terrible.
Got it.
It's not good, though. It's not even okay. It's dissatisfactory. Unsatisfactory. Captain Sparky with the Damascus annual upgrade, dude. Getting that 16% discount on our Damascus fucking Patreon, dude. We will take it.
King shit.
King shit indeed. Honored, humbled, and privileged. Captain Sparky. Change your fucking name and get scammed. And thank you very much, dude. Very much appreciated. Saved yourself some cash. And getting in early on a real bumpy Damascus train ride that's coming up. We'll have more to say on that, but not tonight. Tonight's about Vanguard, but it's also about Captain Sparky and everyone who joined the Patreon at patreon.com/thedropshot. It's the best way to support the show. we do 5, maybe 6, maybe 7 bonus episodes, maybe 8, maybe 9
no,
a
not
month.
That many. Not that many.
No? Okay. Maybe 7 though. It's possible. Maybe 7 bonus episodes a month. Patreon.com/the Dropshot. A minimum of 4 for now. But that it depends on the tier. So just check out the website, patreon.com/the Dropshot. Mainly bonus eps, but we got a lot more, and it's especially in the pike. By the way, I will add the Patreon for this month and next month in particular are going to be really good because Vanguard's coming out. And in these new game releases, like we had done this last year, in fact, having a new game come out is a lot of material and good shit that we can kind of bring to the Patreon in the form of those bonus episodes. So if you've ever been considering it, now would be a really good time. It will normally get like I anticipate, for example, we'll talk about like all of the perks and all of the field upgrades and what
like
you
in depth, yeah.
Like super in depth. In a way that we can't really exactly warrant for like a Saturday episode. We do them on the Patreon. I really enjoy doing them, especially when a new game comes out. So if you just want to waste your money and support the show, Patreon's the best place to do it. So once again, patreon.com/the Dropshot, and we appreciate all of you guys.
Next month too, with the with the Warzone shit, the biggest changes we've ever seen to Warzone. Oh my god! I mean, we still do just about every single month Warzone brainstorms, and there's still shit to talk about. So the fact that we're gonna have so much new stuff for Warzone, oh my god! Just a pot. Hey, maybe we'll do 20 bonus eps on there next month. We'll see.
We certainly could.
We'll fucking see. Maybe. But holy shit, yeah. God, we're just gonna be just jacked full of ideas. It's crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot to talk about, and I'm very excited to do that. And it's gonna be a lot of fun, like a lot of fun, and a lot of good stuff. So yeah, if you're thinking of joining, consider it. Speaking of wasting your money, we have finally gone through the labor. This is kind of like phase 1 of our YouTube transition, the great transition, the great migration, the great exodus. Like fucking, who was it? Moses in the desert for 40 days? Was that the guy? Was it Moses?
I don't know.
Anyway, whatever.
Moses? Was it Moses?
Some fucking
I don't know.
Jewish guy in the desert.
I only went to private school for 8 years. I don't remember.
2 millennia ago. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, this is the first step. And what we've done, if you really wanted to waste all of your dumb fucking money, is donate. Okay, we have a joint donation link now. So sometimes you're like, hey, I want to support the podcast. Fuck Twitch though. And I'm not going to listen to your shitty bonus episodes. So I'm not joining your Patreon either. But I still want to waste my money. I'm going to donate. And then you realize, oh, well, Tanner has a different fucking thing than Raz, and I have to do this and do it 8 times, and I have to 2-factor and then give them a picture of my photo ID. It's too much work. Okay, hey, look. It's never been easier to piss your money away on this podcast because we've consolidated the donation links. They're all the same shit. No matter what button you press, if it's on my channel, if it's on the YouTube, if it's on Tanner's, if it's on the dropshot.com, it's all the same fucking link, dude. And Tanner and I are going to split the contributions from there. 97.3.
Yeah.
Very equitable. The money's going to go to both of us. You don't have to go to 2 links anymore. Just one glorious, unified, hegemonic donation link. Okay. So if you wanted to do that, and in the show notes, the donation link is updated. We're all up to code, dude. Okay. So if you want to waste your money, contribute to the self-care fund. There you go. Now we both get the money. So you don't have to donate to both of us. You certainly could. You'd be donating to the same place twice. And we encourage you to do that, obviously. But if you wanted to, you could just do it once. And it would go to both of us. So I know some of you guys have donated in the past. Many of you regret it, understandably. But if you haven't made that mistake yet, now you can. And it's easier than ever. And it goes to both of us. So letting you know, keeping you updated there. I will say donations are great. Patreon's ideal. And then donate after that. That's what we want. Just do it all, really. But anyway, there you go. Now, on to more exciting news. Tomorrow, obviously, Vanguard comes out at 9 p.m. Pacific time. We've got 25 hours and change until release. Tanner and I will be going live on the dropshot.com/live about 90 minutes beforehand, 7:30 p.m. And we're going to hang out. Okay? We're going to do a little live countdown till Vanguard comes out. And at 8 p.m., 1 hour before release, the merch store is going live. The merch store will be going live. And we've talked about the merch store. We've talked about this launch. It's going to be fun and exciting. I'm going to have a fresh fucking fade on the mic, dude, on the cam. It's going to be glorious. I'm sitting in my Hermie right now. My nice little Hermie Millie. Chilling. Just my lumbar is so supported. And I'm going to be doing that tomorrow night when we launch the merch, dude. At 8 p.m. Pacific time. So, I will remind everyone, be there live. Because it officially releases at 8 p.m. But we might fuck around and make it go live early tomorrow night.
It's possible.
We might do it at 7:32. And then if you were waiting for 8 o'clock, but you weren't here live because you don't like us and you don't support us, hey, your shirt size sold out. Oops. Should have been here live. Right? Should have been here live. So here's what you do. Be here live. We're going to make the merch go live at a time, 8 p.m. at the latest. So don't forget. Okay. And then we're going to just ride that. We're going to sail. We're going to boogie board that wave into the release of Vanguard. It's going to be fun and exciting. It's going to be a very, very good live event. And we're very much looking forward to it. And obviously we're looking forward to Vanguard as well.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be great.
Yeah. For every order placed, we're going to take a shot of whiskey. So
I'm going to take a shot of vodka.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
got it.
So yeah, Tanner will do whiskey and I'll do vodka. Yeah.
So a shot for every order. We may take a shot in that 1 hour. Then before Vanguard comes out, it's possible. Maybe one shot is what we'll get. I don't know.
Yeah. We might have to split a shot. Someone might.
Yeah. We may have one order that ended up being canceled or something.
Right.
So we'll split the one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So cool. So anyway, very excited for that. And be here live. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that.
It's a party.
And then for you Damascus patrons, the discount code is up on Patreon. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the website, log in, look at the latest post. It's only visible if you're a Damascus patron, and it has your discount code. And then don't use that at checkout, because if you do, you would be robbing Tanner and I of 15% off of your order. So don't do it, but the option is there.
Yeah, I mean, you're an asshole if you do it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. You can be a real piece of shit and use the discount code, which is available on patreon.com/thedropshot if you're a Damascus patron, but you shouldn't. But it's there. So that is live. So check that out if you don't like us. And then what's this last announcement here, Tanner?
What's the last announcement? Oh, people have been asking us this for the last couple of weeks or so. We have some award-winning episodes. Well, I guess just one technically on the program. Basically a recap of Modern Warfare we did. The good, the bad, the ugly. Raz did it as well for Black Ops 4 on his YouTube channel back then before the podcast. It was a banger ep for MW. 3 parts, 3 episodes. People have been asking us, you guys going to do it for Cold War? Here's my answer. Of course not. Ask me when the last time I played Cold War multiplayer was. Couldn't tell you. Months. It's been fucking months. No interest in playing it.
Actually.
That's my recap. I've had no interest in playing it. We're not going to do a multi-part series about it because, one, I don't care about the game. I don't care about the multiplayer. Zombies, fantastic. Multiplayer, don't care about. The most boring, uninteresting COD I've played in years. And it wouldn't be fair to even do an episode since I've played such a small amount of it. It's also why we haven't talked a whole lot about Cold War this year. Raz has played it from time to time. I just can't stand the game. I haven't played it. So Yeah. Aside from zombies, it was one of the worst CODs of all time for me personally. Horrible game, boring, uninteresting, and dog shit. So that's my recap for those of you asking. There won't be a Cold War, and there won't be a Cold War finale episode. We'll put it that way. We may do something for like Verdansk though. I was floating around that idea, like a Verdansk recap right before Pacific comes out. Talk about that.
Yeah.
That's possible. Cold War, absolutely fucking not. No, it's done. See ya.
Yeah. A Verdansk recap might be a good idea. It's going to depend on what's going on that Saturday, in that Saturday slot. If there's something better to talk about, we might do that.
Yeah.
But I think sending off Verdansk is probably a good idea. Because I have a lot to say about fucking Verdansk. So, yeah. But as far as the Cold War recap goes, couple things about that. First of all, a good, the bad, and the ugly is like 10 to 9 to 12 hours of content. So that writing that is a lot of work. And obviously doing the episodes is 3 Saturdays away from other things we could be talking about. And then in conjunction with that, Tanner wasn't here last Saturday, the last Saturday before the game released, shouldering the burden. And also, we didn't play that much. And also, not many of you guys would care anyway. So, like, when we did even the Modern Warfare year in review, it was pretty well received, but it wasn't like, I don't know, that crazy. Wasn't as much of a viewer event as I had expected it to be. And if we had done one for Cold War, it would have been even less so, because most of you listening don't play Cold War, so you wouldn't care. And then we would just be robbing you of 3 Saturday episodes that you wouldn't give a shit about. And we have no problem robbing you of an episode every once in a while, but 3 in a row is a big ask. And just the calculus of it didn't make much sense. All of that, plus we've been trying to get this fucking merch store thing figured out, and a couple other things that we won't talk about right now, but we've been very busy. Tanner's been gone, and no one gives a shit. And these episodes are by far the most work to prepare for. And mainly, no one gives a shit. So we just decided, yeah, we're not doing it. There isn't much to say about Cold War. I mean, everything I said when we got the LMG nerfs, that's my year in review. It would be echoing all of those sentiments. Yeah, like, I can't believe snipers are this good.
Still.
We did a State of the Game address on Cold War. That's what it was. It would be the same. Nothing has changed since then. The only thing that's changed is I think we did that episode before they had added some nerf to flinch to snipers, which is good. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't save the game. So yeah, there wouldn't be much else to say, honestly. So anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
There you go. So other than that, Tanner, any other announcements?
No.
All right. We got a great episode in store tonight, boys. If you were listening for the jingle, let's get started. Here it is.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's me. Hold on.
That is you.
There we go. Chris, thank you very much for the 1, 2, my thing's all messed up. 3 gifted subs? Let's go, Chris. Thank you very much. And Drizzle, thanks for the Prime Reno 10 months. Double digits. Driz, appreciate it. And Hipfire, thanks for the tier 1. You guys are absolute gods. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Appreciate it very much.
All right. One day, boys. One day, dude. Release day is tomorrow. I feel like I'm a 12-year-old on Christmas Eve right now. I am just excited. I've been begging for Vanguard for so fucking long. And it's almost here, dude.
Begging, yeah.
Just begging. A broken headset couldn't stop me. That's it, actually. Yeah, a broken headset couldn't stop me. It wasn't going to. And I've since fixed the problem. Anyways, whatever. Welcome to the show. Today we're talking a lot about Vanguard. We got a lot of information the day after our last episode. Tanner is back. We're back in full fucking swing. So we are ready to get started. So first thing, patch notes, changes already in effect. We have a little bit to talk about with respect to Cold War / Warzone, but pretty much everything else is going to be about Vanguard tonight. So quickly, Cold War November 2nd, there was a patch yesterday. They added some things. I don't care. I'm going to give you guys what is important. So first of all, and this isn't important, so I don't know why I'm saying it, but that Onslaught mode, which was PlayStation exclusive, is now available to everyone because it's been a year and no one cares. So there you go. This is actually a little more noteworthy, at least until the integration. LAPA regular unlock challenges are now in multiplayer and in zombies and Cold War. And I assume there is a Warzone unlock challenge as well. So
not yet,
this is what I had been waiting for. Oh, not yet in Warzone. Okay. So yes, as I had said last week, I'm simply not doing the haunting challenge to unlock the LAPA. I'm going to wait until I can do it in some other way. And now is the time. So you can unlock the LAPA if you've been wanting to try that. I want to try it just based on all those stats that it has. It's very unique. It does 5 different damage properties to each region of the body, which I think is the only gun in Warzone that does that. So really want to try that out. And now, if you guys haven't unlocked it, it's probably more straightforward now. Probably take more time, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, the unlock challenge is out. Also, this is both fun and exciting. Probably 30 hours before the new Call of Duty title comes out, Treyarch added a 100%er calling card to Cold War. So if you complete every challenge in Cold War, you get a 100%er calling card. But they didn't add it until yesterday. So you go through all of this labor, all that work, right? And then you get to enjoy the fruits of that labor for maybe 36 hours. And then no one gives a shit anymore because we're all playing Vanguard.
Yeah.
I have to wonder why. If you didn't do it like you've written here, if this wasn't done in the by the way, it's one calling card. How long can it take? If you were going to do this in the first month, don't ever do it. This is so crazy to me. I really want to understand. Like Black Ops 4 had a 100%er calling card at launch.
Yep, it did.
At launch. And that makes sense. Not this dog shit game. Very weird to me. Did you see what it looks like too? Actually, I don't know if it's in the patch notes.
I saw it. It's just weird and animated. The 100% calling cards are never actually interesting. It wasn't in Black Ops 4 either. It's just if people knew what it was and it was like, holy shit, because we'd play. So on BO4 PC, very small community. Not that many people had the calling card, so when I saw one, I'd be like, oh, damn, that dude has a 100% calling card, and of course, he'd, go fucking 28-0 or something, so.
Right, yeah.
But the calling card itself doesn't look cool. It doesn't look cool at all. It's just, if people know what it is, it's interesting, but yeah, I don't care too much anymore. And the fact they added it this late, it's like, it's
comical.
You couldn't have had that artwork done even 3 months ago, really? That animated little calling card? Because it works retroactively. So if someone did everything, they just automatically got the calling card when it came out. So all they were doing was designing that little shit animated calling card. It's like, cool, there were people asking for that, but those people asking for it have been asking since November of 2020. So, I mean, again, it just shows how unfinished unfinished Cold War was, which isn't Treyarch's fault, of course. It's Activision, actually, and but unfinished game is what it was. So it's cool, but doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's our year in review. I mean, it came out with what, 2 maps? It's just so crazy. Anyway,
yeah.
So yeah, they have that in now. Cool. So that's that. Now, on to Vanguard. This is what we all give a shit about. I am done with Cold War. I feel nothing that it's going away, by the way. I remember when Cold War was about to come out, I was jubilant that I would never have to play Modern Warfare multiplayer again. Because it was so bad. Still is. Still worse than Cold War, in fact. But tonight, in Cold War is on life support, right? It's on its last legs. I don't feel excitement. I don't feel sorrow. I feel nothing. I am empty. Just completely apathetic. I don't care. I'm not going to remember Cold War fondly. I'm not going to think, oh man, remember when like Cold War was the game? Nope, because it never was. I feel nothing that it's going away. And I just find that very distinct from when Modern Warfare was going away, supposedly. It didn't, turns out. But when we had thought that, I was so excited. I actually had strong feelings about Modern Warfare. And for all of Modern Warfare's faults, at least it could elicit strong feelings.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the story of Cold War, is that it is uninspired. I think that's the best, unfinished and uninspired.
Yeah.
Nothing interesting about it. Nothing noteworthy, and simply not enough content.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to not talk about it ever again after that final November 2nd patch notes. Done. Done forever, probably. Now on to Vanguard. Here we go. Okay. Sledgehammer Games made a blog post. I don't think there's anything here that's not in the second link, right, Tanner?
Correct. So we should just do the second link. Yeah, that's everything.
Right. So Vanguard, The Road to Launch by Sledgehammer Games. It's a blog post. They have some flavor.
Can we read the first sentence?
I don't want to.
Make sure to read those first two sentences. Come on.
Okay.
It's cute, dude. It's cute.
So I hate it, but Tanner thinks this is cute.
It's fucking adorable, yeah.
We'll let you guys be the judge. By Sledgehammer Games. And thank God they didn't have the balls to put the actual author's name on this article.
It's it's that girl. What's her name?
Ashley Williams.
Know. No, this girl is actually good at her job.
Let's find out if she's good at her job. Here's the first sentence she wrote in this blog post. Hello. Yeah, you. Put down the ice cream sandwich. It's November 3rd, by the way. Who's eating fucking ice cream sandwiches? Cool.
It was 85 today. I was eating ice cream sandwiches 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God.
I just don't have any right now, or I would be.
Ice cream sandwiches are not a November food, and I don't care what the temperature is outside.
Okay. All right.
It's a summer dessert.
Okay.
Shandy season and ice cream sandwich season are the same season.
You're a fucking idiot, but continue,
don't talk.
Yeah.
She could have said, hey, grab your fucking
your
snorkel.
Pumpkin spice latte. That would have been better.
No. Yes, it would have been better. Ice cream sandwich was not it, but it gets much worse. Put down the ice cream sandwich and wash your hands before you touch that keyboard. What? We've got plenty of hot intel to unpack today with a little over a week until the official launch of Vanguard on November
At least
5th.
she likes her job. What would Ashton have said?
Nothing.
Kilo updated. Changes to Kilo.
And then it would have been an
M4
M13 that got a
updated.
buff. And the Kilo would be unchanged.
Audio altered. Map change to a map. I mean, just the worst at her job. At least this person cares and they're having fun, so fuck you. That's what I think, bitch.
Got it. Well,
I can't think of what her name is, but we follow her on Twitter. She's cool.
I'll keep that in mind for sure. So anyway, there are more words that Tanner loves written there. Let's get into the changes here, though. So basically, this is going to be a list of things that will be different on launch day from the beta that many of us have played. So the beta had a number of issues. It had a number of good things going for it. And with this post, Sledgehammer hopes to address these concerns. And we're going to go through pretty much all of this because pretty much all of this was kind of relevant for Tanner and I. So first topic here, visibility. Distortion effects were removed from muzzle flash, and we reduced smoke emitted when firing a weapon. So this is something Tanner, I believe, had mentioned when we did our beta review, that the distortion effects were fucking insane. which they absolutely were. And from like day 1 to day 2 of the beta, they just completely removed them because they were so bad.
I think it was from one weekend to another. I believe that's what it was. I don't think we actually played the game with distortion, but there was a lot of gameplay and it was horrible. Maybe we did. I don't remember. I don't think we did though.
We played with muzzle flash. I don't think we played with distortion though.
And it was
I think that's what it was. So nonetheless, they're now removing distortion effects from muzzle flash. So that's great. That shit's dumb. Here's what you would do. Here's what you do if you're the developer for Vanguard. Let's have dust everywhere and muzzle flash and sun glare and people shining spotlights in your eyes like they're playing Tarkov in the campaign where that shit is interesting and cool. And let's just take it out of multiplayer. That's what it looks like they're doing. So I support this. I don't care if it looks realistic in multiplayer. Multiplayer will never look realistic. It's just not possible. When I'm getting quick scoped by a fucking Mosin, it's not going to look realistic. When I get B-hop, triple jump, fucking no scoped by a Mosin. I don't care if it has muzzle flash or not. That maneuver will never look realistic. So let's just make the game play better by removing distortion, for example. So we support this.
Yes,
very good.
We support it.
Next, completed a pass on muzzle flash placement / coverage when aiming down sights. So the distortion is different than muzzle flash. Distortion, I mean, it's easy to see and it's an easy word to understand really, but if you don't know what that means, imagine you are holding a lighter, you light it, and then you're looking at the flame, and now look like 3 millimeters above it, and everything behind it is kind of like fucking weird looking because there's so much heat. That was the distortion effects. Those
pretty
are
much blurs
now.
Things is what it was doing.
Yeah. So that's gone now. But then also there's still the muzzle flash, which is, explosions coming out. So they said they've completed a pass on muzzle flash placement and coverage when ADS. I don't know what this means, to be honest. And also, I'm not sure I really give a shit because if you're guaranteed an optic, I suspect whether muzzle flash was really bad or not, it wouldn't really matter. Caveat being, for Warzone ground loot, muzzle flash will matter a lot because sometimes you're going to pick up something with irons. But in the case of multiplayer, I don't care. But for Warzone,
it was noticeable.
Muzzle flash does actually matter.
It was
even with an optic.
You don't remember how bad it was on Hotel Royal in dark areas? It was horrible. You couldn't even see anything because the muzzle flash was so bright, no matter what optic you were running. It was miserable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very bad on dark maps, which is what we had even talked about that, how much worse it was on the dark maps and on the dark maps, the night maps, and how much how noticeable it was and you would lose your targets essentially. So
I think I do remember talking about this. Yeah. So anyways, that is good that they're looking into it, but I don't know what completed a pass means exactly. Did they make it better? Maybe. We'll see. We have a little more to say. Tanner's seen some illicit footage, so we'll talk more about that. But next, VFX environment ambient placement for better sight lines. Okay, so I'm assuming this means that, for example, on Gavutu, the sun is not in the same spot anymore so that I can go down that hallway or lane. But maybe that doesn't mean that. I don't know. What do you think?
I was thinking more all like changes to like bushes or something. Like maybe before, if you were standing in a certain spot on Gavutu, for example, the bush would cover your line of sight. Maybe now it's a little bit lower. So now you can like stand behind a certain bush and see. I believe that's what it means. So it's like visual environment placement, ambient placement for better sight lines. Yeah, that's what I would imagine, because they also talk about the sun in here in a second. So
okay, yeah, then maybe that is the case. Be more clear for sure, mystery woman, but whatever, that's fine. Remove the droplets of water that get all up in your face when it rains. Don't say get all up in your face. That's fine. Yeah, that's good. That's a campaign feature that should have never been a multiplayer. Yeah. Support that. Not much to say there. Various bugs have been fixed I don't care. Of course, there's going to be bugs, and they'll fix them. We fixed cases of name tags appearing through destruction. Have you? Yeah. So this is one thing Tanner and I had talked about with these destructible environments. I think Tanner very specifically said you're going to be able to see people's nameplates through walls, even though the destructible shit
when you can't
and
see
that
stuff.
too isn't destroyed.
But...
Yeah. Well,
of course.
So they said they fixed cases of this happening. We'll see. It's good that they are at least aware that it's a problem and that it's happening at all. So there you go. Lens flare reduced across all maps. And then in parentheses, we nerfed the sun. Okay, we'll see. I have very little faith that it's going to matter. It's still going to be awful, but maybe it's slightly better. That'll be cool.
I would rather this say lens flare removed on all maps rather than reduced. I mean, hopefully it was reduced 99% of what it was. That'd be great. I mean, hell, I would even take how bad Verdansk is right now. I would take that even. That sun glare was better than Vanguard multiplayer sun glare on certain maps. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely fucking see.
All the gameplay I've seen so far was maps that like didn't have a sun right there anyway, so it didn't matter, which is good, I guess.
Yeah. I'm not confident, but I can't imagine they made it worse, so that's fine. At least they're looking at it. And then lastly here, we'll continue to refine VFX, lighting, and UI into launch and monitor player feedback surrounding the various topics of visibility. Let me add something else while they're talking about monitoring player feedback. They will do that for 6 weeks, and then we will not hear about Vanguard anymore. So, like, we're really going to see how well Vanguard plays in the first 6 weeks to 2 months max. And then at the 2-month marker, that's Vanguard. That's how it's going to play for the rest of the year. Even that is a little late, honestly. So they will monitor player feedback very carefully for the first month.
Well,
but we'll have more to say on that. Go ahead.
Couple things. One, I agree with you to a certain extent because Cold War, based on the launch, that's why I didn't end up playing it because I hated it on launch. It was one of the worst first-person shooters I'd ever played. It made me not even want to go back and try it, no matter how many patches they did and how much they updated it. But you also got to remember that World War II, which is also made by Sledgehammer, was it was the COD that made the biggest turnaround through its life cycle. I didn't play World War II, but that is what everyone talks about, that game was horrible, unplayable on launch, and Sledgehammer listened. I think they even went to the extent of firing the guy in charge or something. Someone either got fired or ended up stepping down, and they made massive changes to the game and turned it around like months down the line. I think it was like 3 to 4 months after launch. So if anyone's going to do it, I think Sledgehammer does listen to the feedback and like what players want. They've shown that in World War II because when people were mad about the launch, they changed a lot of aspects of that game. So that's good to see. Whereas like Infinity Ward, I would say what you get on launch is what you're going to get. It's not going to change. Treyarch, you'll see some few changes, but from what happened in World War II, I think we'll see more than the other dev studios.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I had forgotten about World War II, but you're absolutely right. That did make the biggest turnaround of any COD game that I've ever even heard of.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind. But again, we'll have more to say on that when the game's actually out. So audio. Okay, here we go. Let's see what they say about audio, dude. Audio received a complete mixing and content overhaul. We've heard exactly that before, by the way. For Vanguard specifically. We've played Vanguard post-overhaul. So, to address community feedback from the public beta, including more audible footsteps, player and non-player weapons. What? What is like a sentry, I guess? And map environment content.
I almost took that as like your player weapon and then other player weapons, but yeah, it says non-player. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. I don't know either. We'll see. I'm very curious what they've done with audio. More audible footsteps. I'm glad that they explicitly stated that. That's the biggest thing I think Vanguard needs right now. based on my experience playing the beta and everyone else who played the beta who has ears that work.
Yeah.
That the footsteps need to be more audible, like significantly more audible. So we'll see. I'm glad they've mentioned it. I'm very curious if they can get it done. But hey, more on footsteps coming up shortly here. So footsteps are silent when players ADS, crouch walk, or have a perk/field upgrade, smile, equipped, which silences movement, smile. So again, we'll have more to say on that, but cool, okay. Fixed a bug, don't care.
No. That's one of the most important things. Fixed a bug that caused shots after the first shot to be too quiet. I think that was actually the bug that affected every single person shooting. Because know how I said so many times during the beta, almost worse than the footsteps was that you couldn't hear enemy gunshots. I think this is what they're referring to. That was worse than anything. Someone would be 2 feet next to you shooting and you couldn't hear anything. It would just make no audio. So if that's what this is and that's fixed, then that's fantastic, because that was literally more annoying for me than the footsteps were. I mean, just so fucking annoying. It's more annoying getting shot 2 feet away from behind and hit 6 times before you know what's going on, instead of someone just running up right behind you. I mean, it was a horrible experience. So I hope that's what they mean. It sounds like it is.
Yeah, I do too, if that's the case. Yeah.
I mean, like, guns were just like, they were muffled and silent. It was weird.
I just chalked that up to all of the audio being fucking awful, but yeah, maybe it is because of this particular bug, so that's cool. Real fucking weird bug. Hey, our guns aren't making sound. Oops. Oopsie daisies, our guns aren't making sounds. That's quite a bug, but okay, sure, whatever. So yeah, hopefully I can hear people moving and shooting, but maybe. Again, more on that. Operator quips occur less frequently, okay. Asked Butcher, who's the announcer, to chill out. Change it. VO lines are less frequent.
Yeah, that was a big one.
There needs to be,
They were fucking annoying as shit.
They were. But you can't turn it off because you need to know if there's like a spy plane in the air for the enemy or something. Spawns. A bug resulting in unpredictable spawns in Patrol has been fixed. That's good. That was a big problem. As well as general tuning of spawn logic globally. I'm totally unworried about this. They'll figure out spawns. They always do.
Spawns are always bad on launch on every COD game. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, and then a little bit more on that. Movement. Grenades and incendiaries no longer slow movement speed of players. So I'm assuming this means if you get hit with a grenade or incendiary.
Yeah. I honestly didn't notice this before from what I remember. But I like this change either way. This is good. I don't want to just be walking in fucking quicksand when I get hit by a grenade, you know?
That's how it is in modern warfare, like Warzone.
It's very quick though, I think. It's like sprint. I mean, it's like not even a half a second though, it feels like. It is very quick. I think this was actually like 2 seconds you basically couldn't run for or something.
Okay. Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
It was definitely worse because you almost don't notice it in Warzone or Modern Warfare, so it's not really an issue.
Huh. I didn't notice this in Vanguard, but maybe it's because I don't know. Anyway, that we'll see how that plays. A cap has been placed on max suppression effects.
Remove it entirely.
I don't know what that even means. Like, so you can't use subsonic rounds plus a silencer or something?
I'm thinking they just mean the max amount you can be suppressed. The effects of it is less now than what it was in the beta. I don't know. It's worded a little weird. I'm not sure, but that's what I would guess, is that the suppression effects aren't as strong as they were in the beta.
So like the gun's louder, or like you appear on the UAV more?
No. Like when people are shooting at you and you get that like...
Oh, like battlefield suppression.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
okay.
Still, I don't know what a cap has been placed on it means exactly, but maybe like after a certain amount of time, it won't suppress you anymore. So maybe if someone has a 200 round MG42 and they're firing at you, maybe in the beta for all 200 rounds, it would, it would pin you down and keep you suppressed. Yeah. Maybe now that's changed to like 20 rounds. And then after that, it won't work there'll be like a cooldown timer on it or something. That's all I can think of.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to go pee.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right about that. Okay. Next, changes have been made to animation times, including weapon swap, speeds, and throwing of equipment. I.e., gammon bombs can be thrown more quickly. Okay, so being able to throw nades more quickly, I think, is good. Depends on the nade. This is one of those things in Warzone that actually factors into what lethal you should use. So, for example, Tanner and I use thermites. One of the advantages a thermite has over like a Semtex is that it leaves your hand more quickly. So if you're in a pinch, you can get a thermite off sooner than you can get a Semtex off, sooner than you can get a C4 off. But all of those are like slower than a throwing knife. So that's like part of the pros and cons of the piece of equipment is how quickly you can deploy it. I'm curious if this note means every piece of a lethal you can just throw more quickly, or if they've tweaked them each individually such that some got faster, some got slower. I don't know. Curious to see where that lands. But this isn't a huge issue for me, at least not from what I remember, so good that they're looking at it, I guess, and we'll see what comes of it. The weapon swap speeds thing is also interesting. I think we have more to say on that later, but they've said changes have been made to animation times, including weapon swap speeds.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does that mean they're faster or slower?
It's probably some are faster, some are slower, because it was pretty quick before, so I can maybe see them lowering some of them actually, but I don't know. It needs to be fast though, since there's no amps, yeah. But there are weapon proficiencies though that allows you to switch from that weapon or to that weapon quicker, I think is what it is. But
It's called Gung Ho, I think.
No, it's not Gung Ho, it was a different one.
Okay.
I don't think Gung Ho does that.
We'll see. I don't remember.
It
Next.
doesn't for sure, yeah. Cool.
Sprint out times, it does, have been sped up and rebalanced. This is a fucking, for me, dude. Faster sprint out, baby? Let's fucking go, dude. This was one of my biggest problems with Modern Warfare, was dog shit sprint out times. Faster sprint out times is real good. I don't know what rebalanced means, because not sure. I will say, though, SMG sprint out time was already quite fucking fast, it felt like. Maybe it was just the movement that was really fast. I don't know. So if they sped those up further, that's going to be crazy. But I'm not necessarily opposed to it. I'm just unsure what rebalanced means. And I guess we'll see. But all in all, very happy that there's increasing sprint out times. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sprint out times were noticeably dog shit on like LMGs, which they should be, to be fair. But even on like an AR, I can always go for more sprint out time. I'm a big fan of sprint out time. It encourages moving your character more. Or rather, it punishes you for moving your character less than having bad sprint out times. And that's important for players who like to move their character.
Yeah, we had talked about that on a Patreon episode, patreon.com/thedropshot. And Exclusive Ace had a video where he talked about the sprint out times, and like the M1 Grand in the beta was like the sprint out time. I want to say it was like, maybe it was just the base sprint out time. It was like almost 700 milliseconds. It was very slow, like slower than any Modern Warfare gun out there. From the leaks I've seen from Ghost of Hope, he tested it. It has been slowed down to like 300 milliseconds, or like in the 300 range. So basically, yeah. So basically that time has been cut in half. So that's great to see. If that's true or not. His numbers probably wasn't that accurate, but it's definitely faster than what it was in the beta. Yeah,
that's really good. So I'm very happy with sprint out times being increased. So that's good. And then this is in their patch notes, dev tip. Dauntless, a perk that players didn't have access to in beta, makes players immune to movement reducing effects. Wonder what slot that occupies.
I believe it's slot 1. I think I'm wrong though. Slot 1 is pretty fucking stacked. That has like Ninja, Ghost, Flak Jacket.
So even if this perk, unless it does more than this, even if this was in the worst category, still a dog shit perk.
Yeah.
This seems really dumb.
Yeah.
Unless you can like sprint full speed while you're stunned, then I'll take Dauntless every day. But other than that,
yeah,
I don't know.
If it was MDub, stuns weren't that good in Vanguard beta thing. I mean, they were dog shit, which is fantastic to see. I love it.
True. Yeah. So, okay. Weapons. Oh, fuck me. Shotgun lethality has been improved.
Want to know what's even more exciting? Leaks today showed there is a akimbo shotgun.
Oh, God.
It's like the 725, essentially. It's the Modern Warfare 725, but it's Vanguard's version. You can have it akimbo, baby.
Cool, man.
Fun and exciting. We're going back to MW2 here.
Couple model 1887s. Yeah, awesome. So this is cringe. However, I will add, shotguns were fucking terrible in the beta.
Yeah.
So unless they improve them a fuck ton, hopefully they're still not disgusting. And yeah, hopefully they're nothing like the 725 was at launch of Modern Warfare 2019, or after the first nerf, or after the second nerf.
Yeah.
Or after the third nerf, where they were still overpowered, and then they nerfed them for the fourth time and they were fine. 4 nerfs. So hopefully they don't do that. But we'll see.
Just a random reminder too, guys. When you come across an overpowered gun, get it gold, because it'll get nerfed at some point. I made the mistake on MW launch of not doing that with the 725, and then later, 2 months down the line when it had been nerfed 3 times, I had to get it gold. If you see a busted gun or hear about it somewhere, or we talk about it, get it gold ASAP before it gets nerfed.
Yeah.
Make your life a little bit easier.
Yeah. Whatever's the most overpowered thing you can use that is not gold, if you're going for a mastery camo, get that gold first. 100%. Yeah. So, effective range of most shotguns, SMGs, and pistols has been reduced. SMGs and pistols were overperforming at range, and shotguns were adjusted down due to increased lethality overall. Okay, I think this is pretty good, actually.
Yeah, 100%.
Because the SMGs, frankly, especially that MP40, I kept that thing on me in the beta. Dude.
That thing fried, yeah.
Yes,
that gun
was
insane.
Fucking nasty. And this, by the way, is a good way to nerf an SMG. You don't nerf the velocity, Cold War. You nerf the effective damage range. So I can still hit the same amount of shots just as easily. The only difference is you won't die in the same amount of shots anymore. I have to land even more now. So this is a good way to balance SMGs. It doesn't make them feel like shit. You don't have to fucking lead people in multiplayer. That's all good. But also they aren't going to absolutely torch you at 60 meters like an MP7 would. So that's a good change. I'm very pleased with that.
It is weird too. It sounds weird that they nerfed pistols, but I remember actually saying that when we were playing the beta. I was like, dude, these pistols are actually pretty good. Like a no attachment pistol was frying kids pretty easily. So this is good to see. I mean, either way, they wouldn't have been overpowered because it's like they don't hold that many bullets, but they should be pretty shit in multiplayer. So all in all, this is a really good change.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Hipfire spread. Oh, fuck. Hipfire spread has been adjusted on most guns, mainly to add more consistency across weapon categories. Okay. We'll see how that goes. I remember the LMGs, the flying saucer gun, had the worst hipfire spread I've ever seen of any gun besides a sniper ever, and it made me so happy. So hopefully they're still fucking terrible for ARs and LMGs, and obviously snipers, but we'll keep you posted on that. Trade-offs on barrels, mags, and stocks have been reduced.
Huh? That makes it sound like barrels, mags, and stocks are even better.
Yeah, it sounds like
that makes sense actually.
Less penalty with the same pros, basically.
That makes sense, because another thing I remember from the beta is some of those barrels. I think I even said that on an episode. Most guns I wasn't running a barrel on because you'd get like better bullet velocity, but the recoil would actually be an insane difference. I mean, your added recoil would be more recoil than any gun that's in Cold War, Modern Warfare, no matter how you set it up. I mean, you shot 5 bullets and you're aiming straight up. So this is actually good. Because it just made you not even want to use a barrel.
I recall that too.
Yeah, I don't think I used a barrel on any guns in the beta. It was weird because of that.
Yep. I remember it was probably barrels for me too. I had unlocked like 3 of them and I was like, I don't want any of these.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all bad.
Yeah, they had huge cons to them. So this is good.
Yeah, so I'll take that for sure. Next one's good too, potentially. Ammo types were rebalanced to include more trade-offs. Okay, good. So there's more cons to them.
Those were the opposite of barrels. All pros, hardly any cons.
Yep. And Frangible was absolutely disgusting. I believe they changed it, and I think we're going to talk about that.
Yeah,
but
we will.
Yeah, so more on that. Squashed bugs affecting weapon progression and detailed stats. Dev tip. Vanguard's version of the smoke grenade works differently than previous games.
I don't care.
You're fully hidden from distant enemies, but can be seen at closer ranges, allowing you to close the distance between you and the enemy and hunt them down with close quarter combat builds. Okay. Hey, podcaster tip. That's always how smoke grenades work.
That is how every smoke grenade and literally every first-person shooter I've ever played has worked. Including every single game. I used to play that Battlefield 2 mod, Project Reality. That's how it worked. Smoke would fucking billow up. It would be a huge smoke cloud from 100 meters away. If you were in that smoke cloud, you saw everyone else in that smoke cloud who was within 15 meters. Hey, that game came out in 2006. So this is, this is absurd. That is how smoke grenades work in video games. What do you expect? Are you going to be 1 meter from someone inside the smoke and not see anything? What the fuck does that mean?
I just don't understand how this is different than previous Call of Duty games. That's how smoke works now. In Cold War and Modern Warfare. If I'm next to you in smoke, I see you. Smile. What is the difference? I genuinely don't understand what they're trying to say.
Maybe it's even you can see people better now when you're inside the smoke. I don't know. Either way, we're not going to see many smoke grenades in Vanguard, I'm sure. So
you saw a lot in Cold War because people would use those fucking thermal sights because it was the last attachment you would get.
Thermal LMGs. Thermal LMG with an
my
M60.
LMGs gold. That's exactly what I did. I played Nuketown. I ran the restock, smoke grenade, put a thermal on an RPD. Shit. Oh my God. And just raped. There's no chance. God, Cold War was that LMGs were so.
Was that some sort of weapon camo challenge too? Like get kills through smoke for certain guns? I don't
know.
Was it
maybe?
Not? Okay.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Interesting.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it was an unlock thing for like an LMG. You had to do it. There was something like that.
Got it.
But I don't know. Anyway,
their last tip doesn't matter here, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, kill streaks and field upgrades. Neither of those tips mattered, it turned out.
Oh, no. Yeah, don't ever give me a tip again, actually. Yeah. I'm better than you at the game.
I'll give you tips, dude. Yeah, don't give us... Okay, yeah. Friendly spy planes and counter spy planes. Okay, hold on. Friendly, okay.
Yeah.
Friendly UAVs and counter UAVs will no longer appear overhead. That's actually kind of nice because then if you see one, you know it can be shot down because it's not yours.
I like that.
Not realistic, and I don't care. It's a good quality of life change. I support it.
Quality of life, that's the best way to describe it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Spy planes and counter spy planes move more slowly, grammar, and are easier to hit. Okay.
This is because launchers don't lock on, and there are no lock-on launchers in this game.
Right.
So there's going to be a challenge where you have to shoot those down probably. So they're making it easier. That's good.
That's good. Counter spy planes have a shorter duration. I'm pretty sure I support that too. Health has been reduced on spy planes, counter spy planes, and most placed field upgrades. What placed field upgrades were there in the beta? It was like the ammo box.
I can't think of any. I mean, there's field mic and shit.
Dude, and the field mic
the field mic wasn't... Yeah, we had talked about that. It was literally like shooting a tank. You can shoot 2 full mags of that thing and it wouldn't blow up. Whereas Cold War, it was like, 3 bullets and it was dead? 5 bullets?
Okay, yeah. So that's fine. Don't care. Glide bomb is easier to control.
Fantastic.
We'll see. It's probably easier to control on controller. No one cares about PC, though. It was literally not possible to use it on a keyboard and mouse. Yeah. Maybe it might be now.
No matter.
I'm about to hit a DPI switch and go to 69,000 DPI just to glide bombs.
It didn't matter in MDub, at least. They just put a cap on it so you couldn't do that.
Yeah, that is of course
again,
true,
they don't care about keyboard and mouse players anymore.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah, a maximum timer has been. has been added to the radar jammer and field mic field upgrades. That's good. It should have been that way from the start. Don't know how you didn't think of that. Bugs resulting in graphical corruption of the attack dogs have been fixed. No more dognados. Sad face.
I like the sad face.
So
what is this girl's name? I gotta find her. I like her.
Okay. Perks. Low profile has been removed and replaced with Ninja. Okay. Now, let's go. Let's take a look here. Low profile is, or was, F's in the chat, the perk that made you immune to the effects of piercing vision. And piercing vision was functionally combat scout, but in Vanguard, where if you shoot someone, they're highlighted, even through cover. And if you were running low profile, you were immune to that. That perk is now gone, and it has been replaced with Ninja. What does Ninja do? You guessed it. Quieter footsteps. To what degree are they quieter? Not super thrilled about it, though. Is what all the kids wanted, and they have gotten it. So the argument for having a perk like Ninja in multiplayer is that this is an anti-camper perk, because if I'm a camper and I just sit in a corner and sound whore, then I can just wait to hear you, and then I will kill you because I hear you stomping through the door. So if I have Ninja, then you won't hear me coming, and then I'll be able to kill you as the camper. That's the pro Ninja argument. This is a fair argument. However, one of two things. Either, one, Ninja actually works well enough to where you can run in a building where someone's camping and not be heard, in which case it is far too good and you'll never hear anyone's footsteps ever, even if you're not camping. Or two, Ninja isn't good enough to let you go into a camper's building without them hearing you. And then it's a pointless perk anyway. So which way do you want it? I don't know, but I don't think Ninja's a good perk to have. There might be some balance somewhere in the middle where somehow you can run up on some camper who's not moving, but people who are also running around firing their guns will be able to hear you. Hey, that logic doesn't make sense to me, but maybe it makes sense to some of you guys. What are your thoughts on this perk, Tanner? Do you think it's a good anti-camper perk? Do you want it in the game?
I get why people think that argument. Maybe dog shit players play like that, but if I have silent footsteps or not, I'm holding down W and I'm running. So that doesn't affect me personally. I understand that argument. I've never liked dead silence ever. To me, it doesn't make it any more skillful at all, not knowing where the person's at. That doesn't affect the gameplay to me. That has nothing to do with the skill. Mine stems from COD 4 competitive on PC. Dead silence was one of the few perks that was banned, as it should have been, because it wasn't skillful. That's what everyone thought of it as back in the day. So it was banned from competitive play. You couldn't use it. Because why would you want someone running around with silent footsteps? That is not skillful. That's not competitive. It's just stupid in my opinion. But all the console kids, all the CDL kids absolutely love it. My biggest thing is, as I was just saying, it's in the same category as Ghost. I'm just hoping not a lot of people run it. I don't know, but I fucking hate this. That was also... I didn't hate Modern Warfare. There were a lot of bad things about the game, but I am so glad Dead Silence was a field upgrade in that game. That was one of the best things they did in that game, in my opinion. Of course, that's also one of the most hated things about the game, because the amount of players that like Ninja, Dead Silence is massive compared to the amount of players that don't want it in the game.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think it adds to a skill set at all. I don't get why kids don't like it in Warzone, but then think it's fine in multiplayer. I really don't. It's the same thing. It's just in multiplayer you respawn. So it's like, cool. So I died 12 times to someone's footsteps I couldn't hear and then respawned every time. So that's better than dying once in Warzone to someone I couldn't hear? I don't understand their logic. It's just like it's what the top Warzone pros and Warzone controller players think, so that's what they all think. Right. And it's fucking stupid and doesn't make sense in my opinion. Dead silence shouldn't exist, period. If it does, it should only be a field upgrade, and of course it shouldn't exist in Warzone at all, ever. And that's how I would rather it be in COD. But if they're going to put it in the game, which they're just always going to have it in there at this point, I keep it a field upgrade, I think. So I hate this, yeah.
yeah.
I just can't stand it.
So Tanner, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna make you an offer. How about we give you both? We'll give you both. You can have Ninja,
can we do that?
Perk and Dead Silence the field upgrade. But wait.
How do I get that?
Call me Billy Mays, dude. But wait, and there's more.
What?
Dead
How?
Silence has gained the ghost effect in addition to silent movement while active. Smile.
Really?
This offers more flexibility in perk loadouts. Does it?
Less flexibility, if anything.
Hot take? Exactly. There's no flexibility. Now I'm definitely running Dead Silence always. Number one. So there's now no field upgrade flexibility whatsoever, because Dead Silence is way better than everything else. So flexibility shit on there. And then as far as perks go, I guess it depends on the recharge time of that field upgrade. But Ninja plus Dead Silence or Ghost plus Dead Silence. I'm thinking probably Ninja plus Dead Silence would be the better pair, because then there's no overlap. Because if you're running Ghost with Dead Silence and Dead Silence is active, you'd kind of be double dipping into Ghost to no effect. You wouldn't be maximizing there. I don't know, though. I'd have to play the game.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be running.
This is really fucking weird. I hate that they added Ninja, of course. Low profile being removed, I don't care about. That doesn't matter. That wasn't going to be a good perk anyway.
Yeah.
But Ninja sucks. It's really going to depend on how effective Ninja is, mainly. I think
it's silent, apparently. Completely silent.
The perk?
That's what they said. They said silent footsteps, not quieter footsteps. Everywhere they said silent footsteps. They said that in blog posts. They said that in these patch notes. Yeah, it's silent footsteps.
Are you sure they're not talking about Dead Silence, the field upgrade?
Nope, they said Ninja.
Okay, so let me say this.
It was actually in that other link right above where they talked about this. Let me see exactly what they said. Ninja. The Ninja perk has been added, which allows you to have silent footsteps all the period time. That's what they said. Silent. Not quieter.
Okay. Yep.
Silent. So you won't make any sound, yeah.
So then Ghost doesn't matter. Let me be clear, okay? If that's true, then everyone with a brain will be running Ninja. Fuck UAVs. I'll shoot them down. I'll run Ninja and then shoot down UAVs. And then also, at that point, why run Dead Silence? I guess for Ghost? I don't know. This is crazy. This is really fucking weird to me. And I really want to play the game and get a sense for this.
I have one thought and tip, though. For minimum, the first probably 2 to 3 weeks of the game, I would run Ghost, because there's going to be a lot of low-level players. Everyone's going to start with UAV. Everyone's going to be running UAV. So you're going to want to have Ghost. Once everyone's past, like, level 30, which, of course, everyone will be level 30 within 1 hour of our lobbies because of skill-based matchmaking. So we'll have to run Ninja. But before that, every single person in the lobby will have UAV, so you'll want to be running Ghost. But, 1 month after launch, so from December 1st to the end of this game's life cycle, you're going to be running Ninja. But for the first month, Ghost will probably work.
Right. Yeah. I'm looking at a list of the Vanguard perks right now, and I'm looking for something that counters... Well, there won't be anything that counters Ninja.
No,
at
nothing
least not
counters
now.
Ninja, yeah. Nothing has ever countered Ninja in any Call of Duty game, from what I remember. The only thing that has is
Mike does, or it did in Cold War.
Okay, I was thinking you meant like a perk counter.
I was thinking a perk counter.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, high alert, obviously, in Warzone, that's a recent change. Before that, I don't think there's ever been a counter to it in COD multiplayer.
Yeah, so since they're going to fuck around and add new perks, hey, whoever, if any of you over here at this development studio are listening, please, for the love of God, add a perk that counters Ninja. Where if you have this perk, you hear people no matter what.
They could just add that to high alert. That'd be dope.
Or that. I would take that too.
They would have said that. They're not going to.
They won't. But they need that because it's just crazy to have an FPS game where you can just select something where you permanently don't make noise ever, and it's impossible for people to play around it. That's insane.
I don't get it.
It would be like playing the beta.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear footsteps ever.
I don't understand it. Like, COD kids are just all living in the past from when they were 12 years old playing and they like Ninja, and they still just by default like it for some reason. I don't get it. They don't put any thought into why they like it or how the game would be better without it, etc. I don't know. I always see people relate it to Modern Warfare was campy, and it was because Dead Silence wasn't a perk. Hey, that's not the fucking reason why. That is not the reason why. Modern Warfare was catered to dog shit players anyways. It didn't have anything to do with the game not having Dead Silence. Those kids still wouldn't move. Because you see that all the time in Warzone. People pop Dead Silence and sit still in a fucking corner. That has nothing to do with it. But it's one of those things. It's like if aim assist is overpowered or something, it's not going to change. It's the same thing with Ninja. If this is overpowered, it's not going to change because every CDL kid, every just normal casual COD player likes this in the game, and so it'll always stay there. There won't be a counter to it in Vanguard ever.
Yeah, I know, that's what it's sounding like. I hope you're super fucking wrong, but I don't think you are, and that's going to make for just a dog shit playing experience. Maybe you're just going to have to run Ninja and Field Mic. I think that's going to be the play. But then even then, it's like, how much of the area does Field Mic cover?
I'm not going to run Field Mic. Field Mic isn't good enough. Yeah, for the area it covers, no. I'm not.
Exactly.
I'll never run it. I'll be running Dead Silence, absolutely.
This is just, I'm pretty upset about this, but we'll see how it plays. Maybe I can't read or comprehend what I'm reading, and it's going to feel different. I don't know. We'll have more to say, obviously, on Saturday, first impression episode. So then they've written themselves a pre-launch FAQ where they wrote a bunch of hypothetical Uber softball questions that they then fucking slammed out of the stadium.
Home run, dude.
Will Spawn's weapons visibility continue to be tuned after launch as needed? Hey, don't pose that as an FAQ question. Just say, at launch, we'll be paying attention specifically to our weapon balance, and we will tune as needed. Why do you have to frame it this way? Like you're at the fucking White House press secretary answering questions or something. I hate it. Don't do this again. Just super softballs. Are more free maps coming after launch? Hey, you can just say there are going to be more free maps coming after launch. You don't have to do this. Softball trash. This is so awkward. Anyways, is there anything interesting here? How will Vanguard integrate with Warzone at launch and in Season 1?
Nope.
Okay, that's a good question. Building on what we did with Cold War and Warzone, Vanguard will continue universal progression so that no matter what mode or game you're playing, you're able to level up weapons, gear, battle pass, and more simultaneously. Story-wise, we are weaving the narrative throughout the live season content so that the story will transcend the single-player campaign in Vanguard to include Warzone, period, and then also lowercase to go deeper with the narrative and create one connected live game experience. Cool. Proofread. So, by the way, let me be clear. That question that they themselves asked themselves was not answered, right?
Yeah.
We agree on that, right?
Yeah,
the question they asked themselves, they also didn't answer. Okay, cool.
You're overthinking
it, though. I still don't know how Vanguard will integrate with Warzone.
Yeah, well, you're overthinking it, so you're an
we're
idiot.
overthinking it. Yeah, we're just overthinking it for sure. So cool.
Just get to the FOV slider. That's all that
still
matters.
Don't know. So, yeah, I don't care about any of this. They talk about Ricochet. We'll see. Is FOV slider coming to console? Yes. could have just said it, but FOV slider is coming to console for Vanguard. And I believe this is going to be all generations of consoles, right?
From leaks I saw yesterday, people were playing on an Xbox One, whatever the fuck the last gen was called. I don't know. I don't know. Build a PC. There's a FOV slider on it, apparently from the leaks. So we'll find out in 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 26 seconds if that's true or not.
Yeah. So, did you say 1 minute?
I wish it was in 1 minute. I don't actually. I don't want to play tonight. I'm glad it's tomorrow.
Got it. So anyway, yeah, cool. FOV slider coming to console. And keep in mind, this is Vanguard multiplayer, not necessarily Warzone.
Yeah, no, this has nothing to do with Warzone.
And then that's it. So, okay, yep. So there we go. So Tanner, what are your thoughts so far? What are your kind of opinions? Was this a good blog post? Do they have their heads in the right spot?
100%. I think they do. There are not many changes I can think of that I could realistically have seen them making from beta to now that they didn't already make. They addressed the major issues, which were visibility and audio. Most of the visibility issues being the sun and then shooting while firing, or that doesn't make any sense. Shooting your gun and having visual effects on the screen. So they've changed all that. I've seen some leaked gameplay. It looks like there's no muzzle flash and there's just a small amount of smoke. I only saw a couple guns, but it looked a lot better than the beta for sure. There are things that I would like changed, obviously, like frangible rounds. Don't want them in the game. Almost all of the ammo mods don't want them in the game, but realistically, I knew they weren't going to change any of that, so I didn't expect them to. So my heart isn't just broken that they didn't make those changes because I never expected it. I'm not too happy about the ninja thing, but whatever. I mean, even like last time I played Cold War, I honestly don't remember too many players running ninja, so I don't know. I'm just hoping people just run Ghost instead and don't figure out how good ninja is. I don't know. But all in all, yeah, excellent patch notes. They touched on like everything we had critiqued from the beta pretty much. I can't think of any major change or like any major issue we had discussed personally in the beta that they didn't put in these patch notes. Can you?
Yeah, I agree.
I can't think of anything. There honestly weren't many problems. It was the audio and the visuals. That was about it.
A couple of giant problems.
Yeah. Gunplate felt fucking great. Movement felt good. Everything was good other than those two just giant glaring major issues that shouldn't have even made it past any of the play testing, but it did, and then we had to play that ourselves, which wasn't great.
We were the play testers.
We were the play testers, but excellent patch notes. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, I agree. Every giant problem was addressed, or at least they paid lip service to it. We'll see how well they did, obviously, tomorrow night. And they will continue to monitor and change things for a while, at least, post-launch. So overall, pretty good. Ninja is terrible. Dead Silence being in the game is super cringe, but we already knew that. And I will add a little silver lining to the Ninja cloud is that a big problem with like how good Dead Silence is, the field upgrade in Modern Warfare, has to do with how awful the maps are. When you're somewhere on a 7-lane map with your compass out, trying to orient yourself because you don't know where you are, because the map you're on is entirely too large and too porous, and there's way too many lanes, then you can get killed from 360 degrees and also 4 different stories. Yeah. So if you can't hear people on top of that, you're just completely fucked if someone pops steady on you.
Yep.
However, in a 3-lane coherent map, which at least in the beta, many maps seem to be.
Seems like they're like all 3-lane, yeah.
Then Ninja's still going to be annoying. You still will get rolled up on and killed from behind, but it's not nearly as bad as someone popping Dead Silence on you somewhere in the middle of the rubble in Grozny Raid, where you can die from any location at any time. When maps are 3 lanes and you play them a while, if you've played COD multiplayer for any length of time on a game that had decent maps, any game other than Modern Warfare 2019 actually, then you kind of get a sense for the flow. You know when the spawn's flipped before you even see someone shooting. You can predict roughly when someone's going to peek a lane or what lane they'll be in. And you can kind of get the cadence and the rhythm of the map down when the map makes any sense at all, which they seem to in Vanguard. So Ninja, super cringe that it's a perk, but not being able to hear people is going to be a lot less of an issue in this game because the maps are going to be better than it would have been in like Modern Warfare, for example.
That is a very good point.
3 lanes, you can like predict shit, you know?
That is a very good, yeah. That was an issue in Modern Warfare. It's like everyone would be flanking constantly, but in Vanguard 3-lane maps, that wasn't happening a lot at all because you were usually, spawns weren't flipping as often because it's 3 lanes, so it's like people weren't getting weird flanks and then sitting in your spawn causing you to spawn somewhere else. So it's like when spawns would flip, it would be obvious, which then leads to less shit like that where you're getting killed from behind. So that is a good point. So Ninja probably won't be actually, since you put it that way, nearly as overpowered as it could have been in a game like Modern Warfare. So it probably was good. It wasn't. It was good. It wasn't a perk in Modern Warfare, but that shows even more that it shouldn't have been a perk. So maybe they thought of that. Maybe that's why it wasn't.
Yeah,
they didn't. But
anything's possible, I guess. Yeah,
Ashton thought of that herself.
Yeah, she just didn't bother to tell any of us.
Yeah.
All right, next section.
In between
her.
In between her Biden retweets, Biden 2020 retweets. Yeah.
Her wine drunk. Anyways, all right, news and upcoming changes is our next section here. So what we just talked about was kind of news and upcoming changes. This is more in that arena, in that regard, but these are not going to be quite as pointed and detailed as that roadmap. Well, they use the word roadmap, so that whatever road to launch that we just went over. So, Tanner, what is this this thirst thing we're talking about here?
Yeah, before we get into a lot of the news and stuff, just want to say there are a lot of leaks right now. There's leaked gameplay. People have been streaming on Twitch. They get banned after like 30, 45 minutes. People playing zombies today from Vanguard, of course. We won't really be talking about much of that because by the time the vast majority of you hear this on podcast apps, the game will be out in 8 hours. So none of it matters. There's also nothing has been too surprising. Not a whole lot worth mentioning. I mean, I've seen full weapon lists, some of the camo challenges and stuff. I've seen the camos, and I will say that this game's mastery camo is an reactive / animated camo, which is good to see. It kind of looks similar to Damascus, but it moves. It's not just a solid image, so that's great to see. But other than that, we'll find everything out in one day, so none of that matters a whole lot. So we're just going to talk about more about like the actual news and everything for this section. But there are, if you guys care about leaks, go on Twitter, search it. You'll find a shitload of them.
Yeah, if we talked about this shit right now, we would be talking about things we saw, and then we would play tomorrow, and then we would have more to say on it on Saturday, where we're going to talk about it regardless. Yeah. So we're just going to wait till Saturday till we play it ourselves. Just because, the game comes out tomorrow. So anyway, you can see some leaked footage if you're here live, I guess.
Yeah, I was watching a stream for a little bit earlier. It was,
Yeah, so, and that person is in Guantanamo Bay now for angering Activision. All right. First off here, a little bit on Warzone. Iron Trials 84 duos were 3 times less popular than regular BR duos during the week of September 23rd. That is very, very unsurprising to me.
Yeah.
Probably the worst possible configuration of modes besides like Iron Trials solos. What are your thoughts on this, Tanner?
It was so, we follow all these big Warzone pros on Twitter. So all I see is fuck, Iron Trials out of the game. What am I supposed to do? My life sucks. I don't have Iron Trials, and no matter it be solos, duos, trios, quads, anything. But this goes to show you that I had talked about this when Iron Trials came out. I remember specifically saying this. I don't think this is a mode that casuals are going to enjoy. To me, this proves it. So during that week, 27% BR trios versus 9% were playing Iron Trials duos. I mean, it was less people were playing Iron Trials duos than BR solos. And we all know how bad Warzone is playing solo. And there were more people playing that than Iron Trials duos. So, this is just kind of something to talk about. Not too crazy, but you see all this talk about Iron Trials goes to show you it's all the top players. It is all the pros playing this, which is why obviously these mechanics are not in the game by default. If Iron Trials time to kill is a default time to kill, Warzone would not be a popular game, right? The easier the game is for people to get into, the more popular it's going to be. So since Iron Trials is technically harder, there's far less people playing it. Like you just said, it's probably also because this is duos. I'd be interested to see a trios and quads ranking, but this was posted by Warzone Ranked. And even they were like, yeah, this is a little surprising. Not a whole lot of people were playing Iron Trials duos. It was the least popular game mode that was in that week. So pretty weird to see, but also that's kind of what we had said. Casuals aren't going to play. It's just the sweats in there.
Yeah, 100%. And especially duos because it's just so hard to loot. But that is something too, like even in our Discord, people weren't really talking much about Iron Trials. Still talking about regular ass Warzone. And part of me though does wonder how much of this is because people don't expect this to be a permanent game mode. So like, let's say for example that they announced Iron Trials will be the ranked competitive mode and it's like never being taken out of rotation even for regular. I wonder if we would see an uptick. Because like for me, if I find an LTM for a week that I really like, I'm still not going to play it that much because I know it's going away anyway.
That's a good point, yeah.
You know? So maybe people are thinking that, but maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, to a certain extent, again, I think the average person isn't going to care about that. They don't care about ranked mode. They're not even going to know.
True.
They're just going to see it's a different game mode that has a different title, you know? So they're not going to play it either way. So ranked mode is still just going to be played by the hardcore sweats. Yes. Yeah.
And we talked about this on a very recent Patreon episode at patreon.com/the Dropshot, which is of course the best way to support the channel. 5 bonus episodes a month, maybe even more than that. So go check us out there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens with Iron Trials once we get the integration too. Cause it's been like in the game for quite a while now in one form or another.
Yeah. We actually have a roadmap of upcoming game modes. There was a Warzone update that the patch notes came out 30 minutes ago. I didn't bother talking about it because nothing actually changed. But they did say the upcoming modes. Let me see if Iron Trials is in there for like the next month or so. It is. Oh, it is. Oh, it's not even. Oh, well, some weeks it in. It isn't like a weekend exclusive mode anymore. Like starting next week, it is in their solos and duos. And then there's no BR solos and duos. But then like the next week, it's not in at all. So it's kind of hit or miss. It won't be there every weekend like it has been for like the last month, though.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
So that's interesting, actually. Ooh, buybacks are in this weekend. Interesting.
Ooh, what number?
Solos and quads. Ooh, quads buybacks is fucking fun. Vanguard will be out this. I'll be grinding guns.
Oh yeah, I won't care.
That's fantastic to see.
Got it.
God, buybacks is fun.
Buybacks is great. Yeah. So, speaking of roadmaps, yeah, we did get the roadmap for day one launch of Vanguard and season 1 of Vanguard. Season 1 will be happening December 2nd, little less than a month. And that is going to be a spicy new season because we're getting an actual new map. So first, we're going to go kind of left to right here. Vanguard. So it says rise up for a massive year of Call of Duty. Vanguard campaign, fight across 4 global fronts, multiplayer, 20 maps and new modes, and then zombies, all on launch day, November 5th, tomorrow, November 4th. Free preseason content. So this is also on November 5th. Vanguard remastered classic map Shipment. Shipment is back, baby. Shipment is back, and it's on day 1. This is very good news, and there's a lot that's good about it. Number 1, unlike Modern Warfare, this Shipment has the boxes arranged in such a way that you cannot see people in one corner of the map if you're in another corner of the map. That's not possible. In Modern Warfare, there are every single corner, you can turn to one of your other corners and watch people spawn. That is not possible on this Vanguard map. So that's great, because that's how the original Shipment was. In the original Shipment, you couldn't be in one corner and immediately have line of sight on another corner. So that's good. Also, an excellent way to grind camos, and that's especially helpful that it's going to be here at launch, because there's very often going to be a shipment or a shipment / XYZ 24/7 playlist for the entire year. Like, there's going to be a lot of shipment exclusive playlists, and that's really good if you're going for camos. And even if you're not going for camos, if you just play Warzone, the fact that shipment's in the game is great, because that is the fastest way you're going to level a gun, is just queue up for shipment 24/7, level it up for Warzone, and then go play Warzone. So that is really good. And last but certainly not least, shipment's fun. I like shipment. I like playing on shipment, and it'll be good to have it in the video game, especially with the spawn shit fixed.
Yeah.
The spawn killing fixed.
Yeah, it looks definitely better with those crates angled. Did you say it was here on launch, by the way? I didn't hear what you said.
Yes.
Because it actually comes a little bit later. So this roadmap this roadmap shows it horribly. If you look on our notes right below it, Charlie Intel actually lists the dates. So shipment doesn't actually get here until November 17th. So it's not here on launch. They're adding it in like a little preseason content update. So we'll get that
roadmap.
Yeah, it's not. It's not very clear at all. So 12 days after launch, we get shipment. I wish it was here on launch. According to leaks, one of the assault rifle weapon challenges is 100 point blank kills with an AR. So shipment and blitz, you'll get that done very quick, but without it, that's not going to be an easy challenge to do.
Yeah, exactly. So so November 17th, that's fine. That's still plenty early for me. Let's see what else we have here. So then also sometime between now and, is that on the Charlie Intel tweet as well? Yes,
all the dates are.
November 30th, the end of Verdansk. So there's going to be some event for only 3 days, which is actually kind of crazy. That is the end of Verdansk, and I will be here for it. Maybe finally I'll be able to load into Verdansk without a downtown for 3 heavenly days. Maybe.
Oh, it won't. No, it won't be that at all.
I'll be able to
the
play
map will be exactly the same
without downtown.
Yeah, you think?
Maybe. Probably not. Maybe downtown will be the only buildings left. Possible.
We'll be all in downtown. Yeah.
What do you think the end of Verdansk event is going to look like?
So the rumors are that it's like kind of going back in time from like what Verdansk has been. So I think it's going to kind of change and like, I don't know how to describe it. Basically like memories of the Verdansk we've had for the last year and a half. So maybe for like one day the map will be how it was on launch. Maybe I don't really know. It also doesn't matter a whole lot. It's a very short LTM, like you were just saying. Oh no, I'm thinking of Operation Flashback. So there's something called Operation Flashback that starts November 18th. That's supposed to be like flashbacks to like earlier stages of Verdansk and something. So that maybe actually the map may be changed to like how it was at some other point in time earlier. That comes November 18th. So maybe that's when that starts.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what this event will be. I can tell you it. It may actually be exciting. That may be exciting, but I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's here for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so
it's
yeah,
cool.
I don't care.
I mean, they couldn't just end the map and not do anything. So I'm glad they're doing some sort of LTM. Hopefully, it's something kind of exciting.
Yeah, I think it'll be neat. It'll be cute.
It'll be cute.
I think.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool. And then season 1, when season 1 comes out on December 2nd, we're gonna get new Vanguard maps and gear. I don't know what gear means. I don't know if that means weapons.
That's all the guns and everything. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. New zombies updates. That's quick. That'll be cool. And then new maps and modes. So new modes is interesting. New maps I get. What new modes are they adding on December 2nd?
Well, the modes are the new Vanguard Warzone modes, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Oh, I don't think so, because this is the Vanguard header. Maybe.
Well, like we just said, this is the worst roadmap they've ever put out. I mean, it doesn't even say the date for when shipment comes. It says November, but luckily Charlie Intel knows the dates, and they said November 17th is when shipment gets here. Call of Duty didn't actually tell us. Charlie Intel did.
Correct.
So this is the worst
shout out to
roadmap I've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So we get new maps and modes, whatever the fuck that means. New weapons. Well, okay. Anyways, Warzone Pacific. Brand new map, Caldera. Okay. So, by the way, here's what... Hold on, I'm going to save that. Rebirth Island map.
Yes.
And it's a screenshot of Rebirth currently. So, Rebirth is just here to stay, but they put it on the roadmap. I appreciate it. I'll take it, I guess. People were worried about this, so remap's here to stay.
I didn't think it'd be here this early, to be honest, so...
I didn't either.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I didn't either. So that's good. I wonder if Rebirth will be changed at all. I mean, it looks exactly the same in that screenshot. Do you think they'll change it at all?
I would think, but why would they put a screenshot where it looks the same? That's what I'm a little confused about. So either way, it's not like it's still based off Alcatraz. So like the buildings really aren't going to change much. If anything, just the visuals will. It'll look older. That's what it'll look like.
Yeah.
You know, it'll look like it was based
just
in
like 84,
like the 40s or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
so
yeah. Vanguard Royale and new combat vehicles. Okay. So here's where I'm a little confused. So there's 2 pictures here. One picture is 3 people holding guns. That makes sense. The other one is like it's a little airplane. It's an airplane. Okay.
It's an airplane, yeah.
And then underneath that, it says Battle Royale and more people holding guns. So now maybe I'm the asshole.
You are.
What's the difference between Vanguard Royale and Battle Royale?
It is a different game mode, yeah.
Do we know anything more than that about this?
Yes, Vanguard Royale is a different game mode. Where did it go? Let me see. I mean, there's an article further down where we're talking about Warzone that talks about all this. Do you want us to talk about it now?
No, we'll get into it. So
we'll get into it. We know all about it though, or I do.
Yes.
You don't know shit, of course.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
You're a fucking disaster. Yeah.
Well, I've been getting hermed up, getting
cool.
Here's the thing, guys, like I've talked about, okay? I love Call of Duty. I appreciate it. I don't give a shit about things that are coming later. They're going to come anyway, whether I know about it or not. Guess what? Whether I know about Vanguard Royale or not, we're going to get Vanguard Royale at the same time, in the same way, and I'll play it. Doesn't matter if I know about it beforehand or not.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe not. Yeah.
We'll talk about it. You won't play it though. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So whatever. Yeah. So either way though, doesn't matter. I'm an analysis guy. But anyways, whatever. I find this very telling because one thing we're going to talk about is whether this is going to play on the Vanguard client or app or engine or whatever the fuck or not. Are we going to get the Vanguard UI? Are we going to get the Vanguard weird tac sprint delay? Are we going to get blind fire or not? That's still like an open question. And again, we're going to talk about it later, but one thing to note here, we had all been assuming that the new Warzone map was going to be called like Pacific. But that's not true. The name of the game is changed to Warzone Pacific. The name of the map is Caldera.
Caldera.
Now, if they changed the name of the map, so if this was called Call of Duty Warzone on the map Pacific, the new map, I would say, okay, it's probably going to be on the same app client. But they didn't do that. They said, hey, the name of the game is now Call of Duty Warzone Pacific, and also we have a new map called Caldera. That is more evidence that we're switching over to the Vanguard app for Warzone, but we'll have more to say on that, and I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention there. But there is the roadmap. And once again, Rebirth on launch is a good thing for sure. A lot of you guys were asking us about this.
I'd been wondering about it. This is actually surprising. I had said it would probably come early 2022. Yeah. So this is good to see.
I agreed with you. Yeah. I'm also surprised at this. I did not think it was going to be in right away. And I thought they might even replace it with like a different little map, but that would be too much work. So might as well just re-release Rebirth, which I'm still on board with. That's fine. I'm fine with that because Rebirth people seem to like it. I like it as well. So the fact that it'll be here in perpetuity is very good. So we're all on board with that. Doesn't look like it's going to be changed, but maybe some small things. I don't really know.
Yeah.
What is this next little note here, Tanner?
So tonight, actually during this, there was a Vanguard world premiere. It started at 6:00. It showcased a little bit of the campaign. There was like some live performances by like some rappers and shit. There was an orchestra playing. Didn't watch it because we were doing this. I think it's actually still technically going on right now. But anyways, it was an event. There was like pro players or like streamers going up against like celebrities and shit playing multiplayer. So it was just like a big funny thing. I was hoping they would show more info. From everything I've seen from Charlie Intel, nothing new was shown or leaked. There was a couple funny moments. There was people playing. They were playing on Castle, which is of course a remade map from World at War, and it was the like celebrity versus content creator game. And one of the guys in the event called in a glide bomb, and as the glide bomb's dropping, it gets like 50 feet off the ground, and the game freezes and the server crashes. No. Apparently that happened like 2 or 3 times. Like the lobby was crashing. I was like, oh my God, how embarrassing. But yeah, like T-Pain was there. Apparently Migos performed. I'm almost 30 years old and I'm white. I've heard the name. I don't know who they are and I don't really care.
Same.
But yeah, so
wow.
This event, I'd been thinking they were going to leak some things. They didn't really. It was just, they showed some campaign. The campaign actually looked very, very cool from what I saw. I'm excited for that. It showed like a cool like battle at Midway mission where you took off on an airplane from an aircraft carrier. It showed like, I think it was probably the Stalingrad mission, bunch of snow and shit. It was intense. Yeah, like Lag is saying in chat, there's these jackets that the content creators were wearing, and inside the jacket was the new Warzone map was stitched in there.
Oh,
so it showed it.
That's cool.
And the guy turned it around and showed it, and then like realized what he did, or just like tried to hide it real quick and turn it back. But of course, people screenshotted it and stuff, and they're like making it a big deal. But it's from a jacket. You can't see it. You can't read the UIs. It's a map. It looks like Verdansk from far away, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, he like technically leaked it, so that was kind of funny. But other than that, from what I heard, the event was like cool. It was funny, a lot of funny moments. Yeah, T-Pain hosted it. Cool. I guess it was pretty funny, but yeah, we didn't watch it because we were starting the podcast. But kind of cool they did something like that actually and got like celebrities involved and a lot of big content creators and shit. So nothing wrong with that, but nothing. We didn't learn anything from that really, unless you care a whole lot about the campaign.
Yeah, exactly. And again, game comes out tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit about learning things at this point right now.
There would have been people saying to like, oh, maybe they're going to put the servers like live and they're going to like launch the game early after this. And it's like, no, what you guys say that every year. The servers may go live an hour early tomorrow at the absolute most. Probably not. They're not going to do that. They're just not. Like people plan for these launches. They know better than that. Like content creators are getting their sleep tonight, all these YouTubers, so they can make 8 videos tomorrow night. They're not going to launch the game early. And if they did, the content creators would know and it would be leaked somewhere. It's not going to happen. Just let's stop with those stupid fucking thoughts. It makes me so mad that people think that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. This is a multi-billion-dollar company. You think they're on a whim? Oh, fuck it. Let's release it
Let's
early.
put it live. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's crazy.
If they had put the game live during the pod, I would have been furious. I'm ready for it tomorrow night. I'm an adult. I can wait another 24 hours. I don't need it now. It's fucking stupid, you know?
Yeah. I would just leave and go play, but yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, you're a fucking loser. Yeah, so cool.
This holiday season, I'm giving thanks to our friends at MANSCAPED. Do I tell my extended family that I have the Performance Package 4.0 from the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming? Not to mention, includes their Lawnmower 4.0 to tame my bush and score brownie points with the in-laws. Gift yourself, or the man in your life who needs it, MANSCAPED. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust MANSCAPED with 20% off and free shipping with the code DROPSHOT by going to manscaped.com. It's the holiday season, Thanksgiving coming up at some time, and I'm thankful to Manscaped. After years of injuring myself with other pedestrian groomers, trimmers out there, finally, I have the Lawnmower 4.0 from Manscaped. Think your holiday spread is good? Time to give thanks to the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0, or, as I like to call it, the perfect package for your package. Maybe a care package. Call of Duty. Inside, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer for you old men out there, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs. Tanner loves those. I like them too. And a travel bag to hold your goodies. Think of it as a cornucopia for your balls. The Lawnmower 4.0 features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. It also gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave, and it's waterproof. For you gifters out there, use Manscaped to seal the deal with 2 free gifts in their Performance Package 4.0, Manscaped Boxers, and the Shed Travel Bag. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code DROPSHOT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code DROPSHOT at manscaped.com. Check a couple people off of your Christmas list. Get their presents down. A lot of good stuff comes in that Performance Package 4.0, and the men around you will be thankful. Be thankful yourself this holiday season for the best gift of all from Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. Operators in Vanguard have Operator XP. Level them up to unlock special gold attire, weapon XP for specific weapons, and more. And if you use an operator's favorite weapon, you can earn bonus weapon and operator XP. And then they show some examples in this Charlie Intel tweet of different skins for the operator Kingsley. I like this. I think it's fine. I don't really care. But actually, I might care. I think this would be cool, actually.
Yeah, I like it.
So if you have like a guy that you like, or like the look of, or his voice lines or whatever, you can get his like skin maxed out.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that we had been talking about before Cold War released, where we were super excited naively that there was like actually going to be some sense of progression and things to grind for. And like Operator XP is going to be another one of those things. So like Black Ops 4, one of the big pros of that game were all the challenges and calling cards and shit you can go for. And this is going to have, this is in that same vein, Operator XP. I always like finding like 1 or 2 operators I like and playing with them. So it'll actually be really cool, I think, to have skins and Operator XP like this. It certainly doesn't detract from the game. And this is one of those things where if you don't like it, then who cares? Don't play. Don't use it. Whatever. And it won't affect you if you don't care about it. So this is always good. More content is always good, as long as you can opt out of it in some sense. And this is one of those things. But I really like this. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like this too. He basically starts out. He looks like a normal guy. He has like some tank goggles on his head with like a little beret, and then maxed out, he has like this chrome helmet and like a chrome gas mask with like a cool design. His outfit's like a chrome color, so that's probably like, you know, the max you can get him or whatever. But yeah, either way, this is cool. Anything that gives you more of a sense of progression is good in my book. And yeah, this is cool. I'm interested to see though how like the operator's favorite weapon is going to work for bonus XP. Is it literally going to say that operator gun is like an STG-44, or is it going to say like they prefer assault rifles? We'll have to find out and see.
Yeah.
But, so that's again something to look at on launch, guys. If you're trying to level up a certain gun, if one of the operators, if that's their favorite gun, and if you even get as much as 20% bonus XP, it's worth it just to run that operator, just to get a little bit more XP, level up your guns quicker.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, this is cool.
Absolutely.
I like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just more shit. I'm all for it. So that's really cool. Also, an Activision source has confirmed there will be no PlayStation exclusive mode in Vanguard. I don't care. PlayStation players also don't care, because these modes are always dog shit. Like Onslaught, which no one cares about.
Never played Onslaught ever. Yeah, it's never once been queued for, I don't think.
Correct. Yeah. Right. So don't care. But that's not to say that there aren't PlayStation exclusive perks. So if you have the game on PlayStation, where is this? Where did I put this? I don't think I included it.
I don't think you did. There are some bonuses though. You get more
like
custom
2 extra
loadouts.
Custom classes, right? You get 1 day a month, or like 1 token of double weapon XP a month or something. Basically all the same shit that you got for Cold War, all those bonuses, you get them again if you're PlayStation exclusive, or for PlayStation exclusively, except no mode. So there you go. I don't really care. Doesn't matter, but there you go. Now this next thing I want to talk about, because Charlie Intel was all hyped about this. All the dev teams at Activision were jerking each other off on Twitter about this. And there were a lot of likes, retweets, comments, content creators who were excited about this. And I simply don't understand why. Let me explain. Treyarch tweets, "We are collaborating with our partners to bring competitive modes, ranked skill divisions, visible skill ratings, and new competitive rewards to Vanguard ranked play in 2022. More details to come." Now, why is this interesting? We had all of this in Cold War not 5 months ago. Well, more recently. I mean, we have them in Cold War right now, I guess. And no one gave a fuck. And also, there has never been a Call of Duty where the ranked play online anyone played or gave a shit about. They didn't for Cold War. They didn't for Modern Warfare, even though there wasn't skill rating. There were like the CDL game types or whatever.
Yeah, that
they didn't for Black Ops 4, which was actual ranked play. Why all of a sudden are we jerking ourselves off about this now over at Activision? I don't get it. But none of this is different than Cold War, as far as I understand. And even if it was, they still won't give a shit about it. So this is very weird. Are you seeing this too? Or is it just me that was seeing all this hype?
So from what I saw, everything you just complained about is the exact same feeling that the ranked play players have thought. So I was researching this a bit. I guess Call of Duty hasn't had a proper ranked play since World War II, which is why people are excited for this, because again, this is Sledgehammer. Black Ops 4, everyone hated the League play. Cold War, everyone hated how the League play worked. And of course, Modern Warfare didn't actually have it. So regardless, I don't have interest in this. I don't want to go up against the absolute CDL sweat, slide canceling, just assisting, beaming. They're just fucking beaming me no matter where I go. I'm never going to play it either way because I know the type of players I'm going to go up against, and I don't want to have to play against those absolute dipshits. But from everything I've seen, it was not like a proper ELO ranking system. So I guess I saw Cold War described as like it didn't actually have a proper algorithm that factored like KD and win-loss in your games played. It was essentially just if you played enough matches, you ended up ranking up, something like that. It didn't actually like reward you for your skill. Like CSGO, Valorant, when people say ELO ranking system, that's what they mean. So CSGO, next to everyone's name in the lobby, it shows their rank. So you get matched up to people with similar ranks as you. You can only queue with players who have up to a certain rank higher than you. If they're too high, you can't even play in matches with them. And no one actually knows how their ELO system works because they don't make it public. But it's like, if you play against players that are a lot worse than you and you do really good, you're not going to get as many points as you would if you play against a team that's better than you and you do really good, and then you get MVP, and then you guys win the game and all of this shit. It's going to take all that into effect. Whereas apparently from what I saw, Cold War is just, it hardly took any of that into effect. It was just a dog shit system.
Okay.
And so I guess World War II had a proper ELO rank system. It had like 3 more ranks as well than Cold War did. Cold War I think had 5 ranks or something. It wasn't very much. Whereas like CSGO ranking system has 20, 25, something like that. And so I guess people are assuming it'll be similar to World War II, which people seem to like. And like World War II also, from what I saw, had specific rewards based on your rank. Like you would get like different helmets when you reach certain ranks that would like display that rank symbol on it. And then like they said in this tweet, visible skill ratings. I don't know if Cold War had that. There were skill divisions. I don't know if it actually showed everyone in the lobby like what rank you were or whatever. Though.
Like so I think, Overwatch or something.
Yeah. And again, like CSGO, I think Valorant probably does that. And that's what people want to see. They're playing League play to try to kind of show off like what rank they are. And so if you don't have any of those aspects, it's not going to be a complete rank system and people won't care about it. Then I had found something, Courage, who's a content creator, longtime COD partner, had played back when Cold War came out. He said, had a lot of people asking why I don't stream COD League play. It isn't a true ranking system. COD needs to learn from League of Legends, Valorant, and Counter-Strike. I want to be able to show off my rank, brag about my profile, earn exclusive rewards. I'd love to consult for it. So, you know, it's just kind of telling you, people never thought Cold War, I guess, was good for their League play.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
Again, this doesn't affect me. I know who I'm going to play against in those matches. I'm trying to stay away from those kids, so I won't be playing League play in Vanguard either way. But
yeah, yeah. No matter what,
get me the fuck away from those kids. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. No matter what, we won't play it. But okay, that does make more sense. Yeah. Obviously, Tanner and I never played Cold War ranked play, so I failed to understand how this was any different, but now that makes more sense. So that's cool, I guess. I feel like, I don't know. If
maybe they'll keep those kids out of my lobby. That'd be good.
Yeah, if they don't go to engineowning.com because they're too busy sweating and fucking multiplayer while I'm trying to play Warzone on a VPN, that's great.
Yeah.
And I'm all here for it. So
yeah. If you have over a 2.0 KD and you play in a controller, play League play, please, because I don't want to go against you in Vanguard.
God.
You'll fucking destroy me. Yeah, get out of my lobbies.
Play League play Plunder,
go play Rebirth, do something. Make TikTok clips, do something. Get out of my public
start a YouTube
Vanguard
channel.
Lobbies, though.
Yeah, read a book. You could do anything really, just don't play Warzone. Next is a tweet from the Ghost of Hope. This guy's a real dumbass. He's a leaker. The
dumbest, yeah.
A real dumb shit. But I think he's been right about some things.
This is from today, so this is absolutely right because people already had access to the game. So,
okay.
Yeah, so what I said at the beginning of the section, we weren't really talking about leaks. This is one of the couple that we were talking about that. We complained a lot about Frangible rounds in the beta. We were complaining about them early this episode. So according to him, he said this a few days ago. So Frangible rounds have apparently had flinch removed from them. However, it still delays enemy healing, and hitting their legs slows movement, which is pretty much like on par with how it was as a weapon perk in Modern Warfare. Except I think Modern Warfare, they were there's frangible wounding and then frangible disabling. One, you shot their legs, they move slower. Doesn't matter if you're aiming for their legs, you shouldn't be playing Call of Duty anyways because you're not good. And then the other one delays their healing. It doesn't delay it that much, doesn't matter a whole lot. The biggest issue with frangible rounds in the beta was the flinch. I mean, you were looking at the sky when you got shot with anyone using frangible. You could tell
to shoot back
immediately. Yeah. It did that thing like in Cold War 2, it felt like, where it pushed your character back. Another reason I hated Cold War. You got shot by anyone, my character moved 3 feet back every time a bullet hit me. Fucking horrible game. But anyways, so now that flinch is out of this, I think that solves the biggest issue of frangible rounds. However, again, since everyone has an ammo mod in Vanguard, there's 10 weapon attachments. The fact that you can still run this on any gun you please between this and like 4 other ammo types isn't great, but I'm definitely glad they removed flinch from them, at least.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's a step in the right direction if it's true, which I believe it is, yeah. Definitely more balanced than the beta, like you said. The flinch was the hardest problem, the biggest problem. And I think getting hit anywhere slowed your movement. I don't remember, but that's a good change, and we'll have more tomorrow, obviously.
Yeah.
This next post here, Charlie Intel quoted the Treyarch blog, and there's a lot. Vanguard zombies will not have a main quest until after Season 1. So that kind of sucks for zombies players. For some of them anyway, because a lot of the fun of these like Cold War zombies was those quests and shit. So a little bit unfortunate, but after Season 1's not that far off. It's going to be sometime in January. And until then, we're going to have zombies still with a bunch of new mechanics and shit. And the pentagrams and the sacrifices or whatever, the demons, I don't know. So there's still going to be a lot of new shit in zombies to explore. It's going to feel entirely
different, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be a lot to do and have fun with. And by the time the novelty of that wears off, that's about when the main quests will start appearing in zombies again in Vanguard. So unfortunate, sort of, but it'll be fine. And I think if you like zombies, you'll enjoy it regardless, even without the main quest, because it's at least good that they're not just taking it out outright. They're just delaying it or just not releasing it, postponing. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, good.
I don't really know what they mean about like main quests though. Are they talking about like Easter egg quests? Because that was the biggest thing of like with Cold War zombies was on launch, everyone was doing that Easter egg and making videos about it. So if there's nothing like that, that's really going to kill like the zombies players vibe, I think, dude. If they don't have something like that,
there's going to be, if you're like a content creator, there's going to be so much to make videos on, dude. I don't think so. And yeah, I don't know what main quest means either. I don't know if that means Easter egg or if it means like turning on the power.
Yeah, because Cold War had that right away.
Right.
But this would actually make sense that we don't have it yet because they probably didn't decide to have Treyarch come in and assist with this year's zombies until this year, until 2021, actually. So that would kind of make sense why like the story's not completed yet and the quest isn't there, but everything else is, because they wanted to get the core gameplay and zombies playable first and then start working on the quest. Maybe that's my Black Helicopters thought.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think you're probably right. I don't know. This doesn't bother me that much because you will still have zombies day one and we'll still have main quests. And after Season 1 could mean as soon as like December 15th. Probably not, but it could.
I assume after Season 1 means Season 2 or after. I don't even think it means Season 1, but because I would think they would say until later in Season 1, but I don't know. Treyarch. I mean, Charlie Intel words things incorrectly all the time, so I don't know.
Yeah, let me
until after Season 1.
Like, what about until Season 2?
Yeah,
wouldn't that be what they?
Yeah, I don't know. They also said something about biplanes in an article with the Pacific earlier. I'm like, they're That's not these planes aren't biplanes. Don't say biplanes. It's an airplane, but sure.
Oh, like BI, yeah, like 2 BI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not bi. So. This isn't fucking World War One, but yeah, wrong era, Charlie, but yeah.
Kishov. Okay. Recommended drivers for NVIDIA AMD. So NVIDIA 472.12, AMD 21.9.1. So Tanner was telling me, evidently, there are game-ready drivers on NVIDIA, and then Call of Duty themselves are telling people to not use that driver. Tell us more about this. I'm a little confused. I'm lost.
Yeah, so I have an NVIDIA graphics card, so they put out updates that say, oh, there's this driver. So this driver came out last week, and it was like game-ready driver for these games. It says Call of Duty Vanguard, this, that. Which is weird, because a game-ready driver means that NVIDIA worked with a developer of that video game to ensure everything was working correctly, and they say that's the game-ready driver. But Call of Duty put out a blog post, and they said, hey, here's the recommended graphics drivers. I don't know if this AMD one's old. I don't know anything about AMD, but hey, here's the recommended NVIDIA graphics driver to use. This driver is like 2 or 3 months old, and they're saying to use that. So I don't know. I installed that instead of the game ready one. I will tell you this, my frames are definitely worse in Warzone with this driver, so I wasn't too happy about that yesterday. But I'm going to try this out. If you guys are crashing a lot on PC when Vanguard comes out, the easiest thing to do is change your driver. If you're on the newest driver that says game ready, maybe revert to this one, 472.12. If you're on 472.12 and crashing, maybe try updating to the newest NVIDIA driver. Every system's different based on your combination of parts.
Computers are cringe, yeah.
Computers are a fucking disaster. Buy a console, play on a console.
It's that simple.
But yeah, so that's just something to note, because that is what they are recommending, even though NVIDIA is saying this is a game-ready driver. So I'm going to start listening to Call of Duty and see how it works. If I'm crashing, then yeah, I'll just update my driver real quick. We'll see.
You're probably going to get a New World bug that just cooks your GPU,
yeah, probably.
Dude. That's what you'll deserve for listening to Call of Duty, yeah. I don't what driver I'm on right now, and I'm going to try that one, and if it doesn't work, I'll try some other shit. That's what I would recommend all of you guys do, honestly. Just keep in mind that there is info out there if you're experiencing issues. But if you're not, don't change it. Just you keep what you have now.
If you launch
the game, and if it works, then keep it.
If you're able to play Vanguard for 4+ hours without crashing, don't update your graphics driver for at least a month, because it'll just make you crash even more.
Yeah.
Always 100%. Don't update it.
Yeah. Oh, and also, if you do crash like tomorrow on launch day, it's probably not your fault. It's probably the shit game, and it doesn't matter what driver you're on, because it will be a disaster. And we should have reminded everyone at the beginning of this episode, it's going to be a disaster tomorrow. Server queues, server disconnects, hitching, stuttering, lagging, blue screens, dev errors, crashes to desktop without a dev error, forced Windows restarts, all of it. All of it will happen. So steel yourself. Really just don't play tomorrow, honestly. Go take a bath, light some candles, I don't know, make a nice dinner, have a glass of wine. Don't play Vanguard. It's not going to work. It just simply won't work. Wait until there are 4 hot fixes out first.
We always say that, but I think Cold War was pretty playable. MW, you couldn't get in for like actually 2 hours, but Cold War, I'm pretty sure the servers were working like within 5 minutes. I couldn't play. I was crashing every 3.5 minutes. Got it.
Yeah.
But everyone else could, which was kind of surprising actually, but we'll see.
Well, okay. Yeah.
I didn't crash much during the beta, so I think I only crashed once or twice. That's good.
Once or twice per 20 minutes, yeah. Next. This is kind of stupid, but whatever. Per a PlayStation blog, Caldera, the new Warzone map, will be available starting December 2nd at 9 a.m. Pacific for those who own Vanguard, for PlayStation only. And then for everyone else, It's going to be 24 hours later, December 3rd at 9 a.m.
That's early. They've never done a 9 a.m. update for something like that. What the fuck?
Pretty weird.
You're going to have to set an alarm, bud.
I'm surprised. Maybe I will. I'm surprised. I won't. I'm surprised that absolutely not. I'm surprised that they are giving PlayStation Warzone map exclusivity. That's pretty wild to me. Because, like, you know, I don't know. New weapons, that's what they used to always do for, like, Black Ops 4. The new season would come out with the new weapons. They would give PlayStation a week, in fact, of those weapons before everyone else. But the new map, the most anticipated Warzone event ever, they're giving PlayStation an entire day.
No, that's not what this means. PlayStation blog just posted this. This is for anyone who owns Vanguard. That's what I read it as. So look at right down below. I posted another screenshot. 24-hour exclusive access to Caldera for Vanguard players. Play the new Pacific map a day early by owning Vanguard. I hope it's not just PlayStation.
Oh, no, I think... Well, hold on.
It's weird PlayStation blog would be the one that reveals that, though. But yeah, I think it's just anyone who owns Vanguard gets a day early. Here we go. Here's a Charlie Intel article. Right. How to play it early. Let me see here. Yeah, Warzone players who own Vanguard will get to play it 24 hours early. So it isn't just PlayStation. Yeah.
So dumb.
It's everyone.
Yeah. Got it. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, that did seem weird. Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, all right.
So here,
so yeah, you guys don't worry about it. So if you own Vanguard, you can play Warzone a day early.
That'll get a lot of people to buy Vanguard, by the way, actually.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
For people that don't own it,
listening to a Call of Duty podcast, you all own Vanguard, let's be honest. So this doesn't apply to literally anyone listening to this because you're going to own it anyway. So.
I don't know. Everyone said they weren't going to buy it this year. I saw people say that, like, for the first time in like 10 plus years, they were going to skip this year's COD. I've never heard that before, but I saw people say that.
Yeah, I've never heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
for sure.
I have a Black Helicopters thought about that. So, again,
Black Helicopters.
What?
Right below this, 24-hour exclusive access to Caldera for Vanguard players. Play the new Pacific map a day early by owning Call of Duty Vanguard, okay? So play the Pacific map a day early. Rebirth Island will remain live during this time for all other players. What does this mean? I'm assuming and betting that Verdansk goes offline on December 2nd. And from December 2nd at 9 a.m. to December 3rd, we won't have access to Verdansk because they are updating the game. And then we're going to end up getting Pacific on maybe a different app or a different launcher. I think that's how it's going to work because they specifically say Rebirth Island will remain live during this for all other players. Nothing about Verdansk. So I think when people get early access, Verdansk is gone. And you aren't going to be able to play that either. So if you don't own Vanguard, all you can play is Rebirth for that day until everyone gets Caldera on December 3rd.
Yeah, I think you're right. That is what's implied here, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think you're right. Which wouldn't be terribly surprising. But yeah, I think that will be the last day of Verdansk. Because I think according to the roadmap, too, that we had looked at, Charlie Intel's tweet, they said the last days of Verdansk event ends December 2nd.
Oh, okay, cool. Then yeah,
so that would be more.
That makes sense,
yeah, yeah. So that does make sense. So yeah, there we go. So next here we've got all Warzone Pacific game modes. Oh,
here is what we were talking about. So you were a little confused about Vanguard Royale. So here we go. Let's talk about it. So Warzone, the new BR. On the new map, Caldera Battle Royale. It's the Warzone standard game mode. Still 150 weapons across all three games will be available. You still get access to ATVs, SUVs, Berthas, and helicopters. All the skins and everything you've purchased and earned don't go to waste, it says. Regular BR is not changing. You'll just get the new shit. So then we get to Warzone Caldera Plunder. Regular Plunder returns with Vanguard Season 1, but on the new Caldera map, nothing has changed there. It's still going to be Plunder. So then, here we go. Now we're getting into war. There's a lot of names here. They all sound too similar. Let's change it. So next we're getting into Warzone Vanguard Royale. So this takes place on Caldera, as everything does. Thanks, Charlie Intel. Vanguard Royale turns Warzone into an authentic World War II experience, including only Vanguard's weapons and dogfighting. So again, this is Vanguard Royale. Vanguard's integration brings around 40 World War II weapons to Warzone, and devs have included the Vanguard Royale playlist to allow players to try them out in their own mode. It also includes dogfighting, where players can jump in fighter planes to battle it out in the skies. The devs said to think of this like a precision airstrike where you were in the cockpit ready to rain down fire on a sky. Okay, that's the worst. Don't describe flying around in a plane as a precision airstrike. I mean, got it. Nice.
That's insane.
You'd be better off describing it as like a gunship from MDub, because at least it's some sort of a plane you actually get in and control. So fuck you, whoever said that. Players on the ground can also jump in anti-aircraft guns to defend themselves. So there's like anti-aircraft type tanks. So we've talked about this a lot over the last few months about vehicles coming to Warzone. Tom Henderson had leaked a lot about it. This is what it is. Thankfully, they put it in its own mode. So yes, he was right. There are planes coming to Warzone. Thankfully, it is in its own mode. So cool, interesting. Guess what? Probably won't play it.
Absolutely.
I'll try it. It'll be fun to try like the planes and shit. I don't trust Call of Duty to have even decent, not even good, even decent mechanics for a flyable airplane. I just don't. I just know it's not going to be true. Leave that to Battlefield. Leave it to Battlefield does very few things well. One of them they can do well is their vehicles, because they're all overpowered, right? So, yeah. I'm excited to try this. This won't be a popular game mode, though. This will be less popular than Plunder. I bet you, dude.
It doesn't say what the objective of the mode is, though. Is there gas? Is there a circle? Is it last man standing? Is it 40v40? They just don't.
It's the same thing.
At all. What do you mean? Like Warzone?
I assume so.
Okay.
I mean, they call it Vanguard Royale. I would assume if it was something dumb, they would call it a different game mode.
It turns Warzone into an authentic. Yeah, maybe. It's going to play awfully. It's going to be really bad. It'll be fun because of how dumb it is. But yeah, no one's going to play this. No one's going to take it seriously. And if you did want to take it seriously, here's what you do. Get really good at flying those planes and then win the game by just flying in a plane and just raping everyone who shoots at you until final circle. So, yeah, I don't know. Seems goofy. This does make sense, though. This explains a lot, because I remember when we had been getting those leaks from Thomas Henderson about, we're getting vehicles in Warzone, and how, like, skeptical we were, and, like, this is crazy. And, like, are they insane to be throwing away Warzone and letting it be ruined by tanks and shit? Well, now it all makes sense. They didn't ever intend for that to be the case. They are relegating all the vehicle stuff, fun, to its own little cute mode that no one's going to play, like Plunder. And then they're keeping Warzone.
Yeah.
Now it all makes sense. And in hindsight, we kind of should have seen this coming, really. I mean, we should have known they weren't ever considering putting vehicles into regular BR, which I'm very grateful for, and I'm happy. I'm glad someone at Activision has a brain still. That's cool. But mainly, I will say I echo your sentiment. I don't care about this. I'll play it a couple of times. Honestly, I don't know if I'll ever play this. Because when this comes out,
we'll play it.
There's going to be regular Warzone that's going to come out. There's going to be, I don't know. I think that's it, I guess. But we're going to want to be playing that. So,
well, season 1 also. So we'll have new maps and Vanguard, new guns already.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's going to be
we'll never play it. You're right, actually.
We'll probably never play it, I don't think, honestly.
Cool. All right.
Anyway, there you go.
Next up, there's Vanguard Plunder. Self-explanatory. Vanguard only guns. They show a picture of a plane again. I'm not sure if there's actually dogfighting in that, though they don't even say. And then Warzone Rebirth. Again, it shows a screenshot of Rebirth, how it is now.
Well,
and it says
yeah.
Rebirth is here to stay. Nowhere have I said Rebirth Island with a new twist. Nothing like that at all. It is just always Rebirth is back. So there may actually be no changes to it, which would be weird. I don't know.
Here, okay, take a look at all these screenshots, Tanner.
Yeah.
Every screenshot has said Call of Duty Warzone Pacific, except for the Rebirth one.
Yeah, it just says Call of Duty Warzone. You're right. Yeah.
Is it possible that we're going to have two different apps?
No.
Why not?
You wouldn't launch a different app to play Rebirth and then launch a different one to play Verdansk. That just, I mean, the new map, that just doesn't make sense.
Then we will either be playing everything. Well, then the only answer there, I think, is that we're playing the new map on the old app. I don't think they're moving Rebirth Island to the new app based on everything we know. And why would they have the screenshot say only Call of Duty Warzone?
Because Charlie Intel
like
pulls random screenshots, probably. They probably didn't get any new images, honestly.
Yeah.
This is like the original image from when... This is also the planes instead of the helicopters, so... I mean, this is from like pre-Cold War anyways.
Oh, yeah, and that is like a modern-looking plane. Well, yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know what to think about this.
I don't think it means anything. This is Charlie Intel, not Call of Duty, saying anything. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Most people just don't think of little specifics like that, so they don't either. That's not something. They're just posting an image of Rebirth, and that's what people look at it as.
Okay, well, let's just move on then. Okay. Charlie Intel also tweeted, seeing a lot of questions on Warzone being a separate app or not with Vanguard. Nothing is confirmed just yet. We will probably get those details closer to the Pacific launch on December 2nd. So this is what I've been referring to when we've been talking about, we did a whole Patreon episode on this, whether or not with the integration we'll be playing on a new client. We've been using the word client. They're using the word app to mean the same thing, meaning you boot into Vanguard, and then when you load into the chopper, you have the Vanguard UI with Vanguard settings, with Vanguard animations, Vanguard telemetry data, blind firing like Vanguard, movement like Vanguard, everything Vanguard. It's on the Vanguard game, but it's still called Warzone Pacific now or something. So Tanner and I had been speculating, and are still to this day speculating, when we get the Caldera, is it going to be a new app, or is it going to be the same app we're currently playing on? And I still don't know. And Charlie Intel tweeted, again, seeing a lot of questions of Warzone being a separate app or not with Vanguard, nothing confirmed just yet. So what I'm saying is, with respect to Rebirth Island, it would seem weird to get rid of Verdansk because they're going to be playing on a new map that they designed specifically for their new app, the Pacific app, but then porting over Rebirth Island to a new app. And also keeping... I don't know. I don't know what to think. How has your opinion changed on whether we're playing on a new app when we come to Caldera or not?
Well, if you're saying app and like referring to like all the Vanguard perks and everything and all that, I still have no idea. I feel like if we were switching over to all that, that would have been leaked by now, and we haven't seen any of that, so probably not, honestly. But so there was another screenshot that I posted right below here, that at the end of one of the Warzone trailers, it says blah blah, it's talking about like multiplayer in Warzone Pacific, and then it says in fine print, new map playable at a later date, separate download required. And so people saw that and they're like, yo, like it's its own app, like it's its own client. To me, that doesn't necessarily mean that. All they're saying is separate download required. So if I own Vanguard, what's going to happen when we get a new map that's not Verdansk? I'm going to have to download it, right? Separate download required. Right. So I think everyone is assuming that means like, oh, it's going to be on its own app, which is entirely possible, but I don't think this is necessarily saying that. This is just saying separate download required. But I saw this all over Twitter. People are talking about like, oh, maybe this is its own app finally and its own launcher, which if that's all it is, it wouldn't affect anything because you can click and launch Cold War on Battle.net right now. You get to the main menu, you can click Warzone, and then it closes that launcher and opens up Warzone so much that it doesn't matter at all. So if that's all they're referring to is how you literally launch the game and nothing else matters.
Well, it switches to a different app, though. It's different.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything is actually changing in terms of how, like, the movement or the perks or anything. That's what I'm saying. It probably won't launch through Modern Warfare anymore. That's what I can assume. It's either getting its own launcher or it's going to launch through Vanguard.
Yeah, okay. But when you launch it through Vanguard, do you think it closes and reopens like it does if you launch Warzone from Cold War?
I mean,
or
it
do
could.
You think you just
That's
stay
what I'm
there?
saying. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I don't think... I don't know. I just think at this point now, we're a month out. If no one has leaked that we're getting all Vanguard perks and everything in the game, I don't think it's coming anymore.
Huh.
It would have been leaked by now, I would assume. But maybe not. They've been better about not leaking Warzone shit than multiplayer, that's for sure. So maybe it will. We won't know that probably until 1 week out from the new map. Then people will find shit in the files. They'll do some pre-patch things where people will be able to data mine. But as of now, yeah, I kind of doubt it. I feel like even Charlie Intel would have hinted at certain things too. It's like, oh, maybe it is coming, and then like not actually saying it. You know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I still hold out hope because Vanguard itself isn't even out quite yet. So I still think there's a lot of room for information to come out. But I don't know. I still don't know what to think. Yeah, I'm honestly 50-50.
King just made a good point in chat. It probably won't close either way since they're on the same engine where Cold War wasn't. That is a good point. Vanguard and Modern Warfare are the same engine. Vanguard is just, quote, updated, which means they made tweaks to it. Still the same engine. So that's true, yeah. So even if everything is still Modern Warfare, you can probably open up Vanguard then if that's how it launches and click Warzone. And it will launch Warzone how it is now exactly, but on the new map. Whereas Cold War was an entirely different game engine completely. So that made sense why you had to close it out and everything.
Well, like Dragon Age 2 and Battlefront 4 were also on the same engine, the Frostbite engine. You couldn't just like play them both without closing the app. You had to open a different app. Engine is what it's built with. It's not like the application. Those aren't the same. I don't know, dude. I don't know what to think. Like, actually, I'm as confused as I was originally. And also, here's another question, because you kind of brought this up, which is a good point, actually. If it does switch to a new app, does that mean we will also be getting different perks? Or like Vanguard perks? Is it possible that we stay on the current app and get new perks? Is it possible we get on a new app but don't switch perks? Or do we do a new app plus new perks? I don't know if those things are related or not either. Like maybe we're going to get a new app, but they're not going to use Vanguard perks.
I think in their mind, the best thing they can do since Warzone's supposed to be its own game is bottom line, Warzone needs to launch from its own application. So I need to be able to... It's kind of already like that though. That's I don't know. I mean, you go to Battle.net now and click Warzone and launch that, right?
Right.
So it's I don't know.
And then there's 5 fucking games.
Yeah, it almost doesn't matter talking about this. I'm over it. I'm furious about this. So, because yeah, people are always on. One person says engine, one person says app, another person says client, and yet they all think they're talking about the same thing. Yeah, so it's like I don't fucking know anymore.
Yeah, right. And they're I don't know. I don't know either. But I hope more than anything we get ideally for me, it's the new app. I don't give a shit about the launcher, but if it's on the new app and with new perks, that's best case scenario. So some people would be mad at the new app because that would mean the tax sprint shit is weird.
I think
and
most
also
people would
you
be
can,
mad, yeah.
Yeah, and also you can like blind fire now if we got the new app. But it would be different, and that's kind of what I want. But
exactly,
we might get enough of different where it wouldn't matter that much, but also new perks. I really want a complete overhaul, completely new perks, new field upgrades and everything.
Now, with Ninja as a perk, I definitely don't. That's the other thing.
True.
That's another thought that I had when I saw Ninja come out. I'm like, oh, cool. That means if anything does switch to Warzone, they either have to leave that out, which they won't, or that's what we would get. So I don't know. And hey, another Black Helicopters, maybe that's why they changed High Alert to the way that it is. So when everyone's running around with Ninja in 1 month,
True.
there's a counter to it in Warzone, but I don't know. Probably not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyway, back to this screenshot you shared. I agree. There's very little you can read from separate download required. I mean, yeah, these people.
Yeah,
on
people were
Twitter
making a big deal about it. I'm like, that.
Yeah, they're
doesn't necessarily mean anything. There's a separate download require for when season 1 comes out. It's the same game. It's Vanguard, right? It's more content, so I have to download it. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Cool. So. Anyway, so enough of that. Now we're kind of getting into. We're almost done here. We're getting into a little bit of other shit. This is a new one here. So Beenox, who's kind of in charge of, it's one of the Activision development studios. They're pretty much in charge of the PC ports. They made a new Twitter, at Beenox COD PC. They say, welcome PC community. We're glad to finally be able to give you a straight line of communication between Call of Duty's PC dev team at Beenox. See you on November 5th. Call of Duty Vanguard is right around the corner. This is something minor, but great to see. I hope this is actually used properly. They're saying in some other things, this was created to give PC players a space to connect directly to the dev team. Hey, great. Because you know what every Call of Duty post on Twitter is filled with? Add zombies camos to Warzone. Add FOV slider to console. I'm 12 years old. Make my aim assist even stronger. Just complete nonsense bullshit. I hope no one ends up following this account. So none of you listening actually don't follow the account. Because right now there's like 2,000 people following it, which is fucking great. So if I tweet them, they're pretty likely to see it. If 100,000 of you are following, they're not going to see shit. They're going to start ignoring it like they always do. They always start off strong and then fall off. So I hope they don't actually do that. This is good to see. So now if we see actual like PC related crashing issues, we can be like, yo, I'm not going to tell you the name, fix this problem. I'm crashing nonstop. Here's my build. Yeah. They're way more likely to see it than on Call of Duty's account with 7 trillion followers on it, you know? Right. And it's full of 13-year-olds commenting nonstop.
True.
So this is kind of cool that we actually have like a PC only thing.
Yeah.
Because Treyarch has a Treyarch PC Twitter account. I think they posted on it actually. Let's look it up. They posted on it like twice.
If they do.
They posted on it twice when Cold War came out. Treyarch PC.
That's fucking.
Yep, Treyarch PC still exists.
Okay. Let's look it up.
Okay, that's not a real one. Okay,
PC.
hold on. That's not it. That's not the real one. Maybe it wasn't Treyarch.
Satire account?
That's not a. One of these companies had an actual PC account, and they just stopped tweeting from it. I don't remember who it was. Was it Infinity Ward?
It was an Ashton Williams alt account.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was. I don't know. I can't find it now. But they tweeted from it like twice and then just never tweeted again, ever. So, cool, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see.
That's how a lot of these accounts go.
Yeah, it is. But Beenox is a pretty small team. So I feel like they would be more likely to keep up with their Twitter. But who knows? I don't know. But yeah, it would be a good follow. And just follow them at...
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Next, Video Games Chronicle. Should be Video Game Chronicles. That name still pisses me off. Has a little article on NW 2 2022 22 22 22 2. Change all of it. Holy shit, get creative. has big plans for Warzone and more. This was posted by Tom Henderson. I didn't know he fucking wrote at VGC.
I don't know when he started, but he does now. Yeah.
Little contributor, huh?
Yeah. So we'll just kind of briefly touch on this. Basically, we already talked about COD 2022 is rumored to be Modern Warfare 2 again. So Modern Warfare 2019, but Modern Warfare 2. Let me get down to it. So new details have started to emerge. There's a lot of rumors talking about like weapon jamming. Weapon jamming is not coming to Call of Duty. I'll tell you that right now. Gore system.
There's no shot. Ooh, favela?
Who cares about gore system? I mean, come on. So Modern Warfare 2 campaign will be centered around drug war against the Colombian cartel, which also we had talked about. The big thing is when we get to Warzone. Here we go. So as with Verdansk, which is based on Modern Warfare 2019, the upcoming Caldera will launch shortly after this week's Vanguard. The new Modern Warfare 2 Warzone map will... Hold on, wait for it. Will... apparently be comprised of various classic points of interest. Talking about like classic Modern Warfare maps, like Terminal, High Rise, shit like that, are going to make up a larger scale Warzone map. That's what the rumors are right now. So like Afghan, Trailer Park, it says, Favela, etc. Kind of interesting. They also said it's supposedly going to be a desert themed map this time, which I love the PUBG desert maps. I've always said desert maps are my favorite.
Shout out to the desert. Yeah.
Fantastic. So that's cool to see. And that's what they're talking about, is it's going to be made up of those maps. Apparently they're going to have like a hazard zone style game mode like Battlefield has, which is like you can customize a bunch of shit. Like you can have World War II characters go up against, you can have 100 World War II infantry players go up against one Abrams tank that was developed in the year 2021. I don't know. I don't really care either. And then also they just talked about how multiplayer is going to be kind of similar to like a sequel with a lot of remastered maps again, weapons, and that they've learned a lot from Modern Warfare 2019 and what people didn't like, and that they don't want to do that again, I guess.
Well, if they're putting a bunch of remasters in, then it seems like maybe they did actually learn something.
Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
The maps were dog shit. And
yeah.
There's so much that's so bad about that game. It's hard to say it's the worst part, but it's one of the top 3 for sure.
But yeah, so again, we're over a year out. I don't really care. A bunch of that will get scrapped and changed anyways. If any of you think weapon jamming is coming as a common thing in Call of Duty, get lost, please.
Yeah, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, you're lost, buddy.
And I'm gonna retain this lesson that we learned here today about vehicles in Warzone, where there were leaks. Oh, vehicles are coming to Warzone. And then we learn, oh yeah, sort of. They're coming to their own little cute little game mode that no one's going to play or give a shit about. And that's what you want to keep in mind, okay? So now, with that knowledge that this is what they mean, okay? If a leaker says weapon jamming is coming to Call of Duty, let me translate that for you. What that means is maybe there will be a mission in the campaign where your gun jams once, maybe.
Yep.
It's and at the worst case scenario, there's one particular play mode, like maybe Hazard Zone, your gun can jam in. But is there going to be weapon jamming in Warzone ever? Absolutely not. There's no fucking shot they would do that. No. You're out of your goddamn mind, as Tanner said. If you think they're going to have random weapon jamming added to Warzone, you are fucking out of your mind. Hey, what button do you use to unjam on a controller? Maybe like Gears of War, where you like press it like 3 times on a little bar, like you're playing PGA Tour, trying to hit a good swing or something. Sounds insane. Certainly not coming to Warzone. So if there's ever weapon jamming, it's gonna be in a very, very small mode that no one gives a shit about.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like, yeah, if you get on a mounted turret, your weapon can jam, but like your actual gun isn't going to jam.
Exactly.
Some dumb shit like that. It won't matter is the point. If it sounds really outlandish, if it's coming at all, it won't matter. And I've learned that now from hearing that there are going to be weapon or fucking tanks and dive bombers and nuclear missiles in Warzone. Oh, okay. What they meant was it's going to be in one mode no one gives a shit about.
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson now. So if anything sounds crazy to you, it's not coming. It's not in the way that they're making it sound. Oh, weapon jamming's coming to Call of Duty. No, it's not. No,
of course not. No.
Yeah, there's no fucking chance. So now we know. So okay, cool. So you guys heard it here first. In fucking a year and a month, when we get MW 2022 Warzone integration, clip me now and then link me then. Link us then. When we said, oh, yeah, weapon jamming, you didn't have to worry about that. You never did. We told you so. So, yeah. There's no... this game is far too casual for fucking weapon jamming. Holy shit. Tarkov players complain about weapon jams. And they're the most hardcore video game players on Earth. You think they're going to put that in Warzone? The most casual game on the planet? No chance. So, Tom, goddammit, what are you doing? I don't... what you're thinking? And maybe you were more clear if we had actually read the article in any depth. But we did a little skim here. Let me, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. Control F, jam. Alleged new details on MW 2 2022 22222 dose started to emerge last week, including claims that the reboot sequel will include features such as weapon jamming, a new morality system. Okay, that's obviously not related to multiplayer. Gore, revamped AI, and more. So yeah, this is, even that sentence implies it's going to be like in campaign, your weapon can jam, but it'll never happen in multiplayer, and it doesn't matter. So keep that in mind. Next, here.
Yeah.
Blizzard co-leader Jen O'Neill just told staff she's stepping down, I just bit my tongue. Leaving Mike Ibarra as the sole head of the company. I don't care about this. I'm not going to read anymore. All of this is to say this person was got that job in August of this year. Let's do some math. June, July, August. Okay, September, October, 3 months. Cool.
Yep.
So they were there for 3 months and they said, "Nah, fuck this. It's not worth it."
Yeah, that was when they were trying to, there was a lot of shit going on with women being mistreated in the workplace and all sorts of shit. So they promote a woman and less than 3 months later, she's fucking gone.
She's just out.
But so she left to dive deeper into some nonprofit for women, some shit. But Activision Blizzard gave $1 million grant to that organization. So I don't know. That almost made it seem like she didn't just leave on bad terms, but also maybe they were like, here, hush, hush, don't talk about anything. We'll give you some money to the company you're going to, this nonprofit. And she's like, oh, okay. And I'm sure they gave her $1 million severance package as well.
Right.
But this last part's funny. This news means that in the wake of a widespread reckoning over how its culture mistreated women, Blizzard has gone from having male and female co-leaders to again having a single male boss. Yep. Yep. There it is.
Good old Blizzard, dude.
There we go.
Good old Blizzard. And it gets better. Activision stock has tanked by 16.3% yesterday, following their quarterly earnings call and the announcement that Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2 are delayed, likely until 2023.
Yeah, those are two of their biggest titles. After COD, those are their biggest titles, I believe. Diablo and Overwatch. So.
Diablo's fucking huge. Overwatch used to be huge. People were very excited for Overwatch 2.
And that's why it tanked so much. So immediately following that and the announcement of everything, stock tanked. I don't know what it's at now. This was what it was at yesterday, but yeah, it tanked quite a bit. 16%. That's a lot. So yeah,
that's fucking
great
giant.
Earnings call. Other than that, everything else in their earnings call was pretty normal. Another, $1 billion quarter. Like 600 million in profit. They were doing fine. Nothing too record breaking though. compared to like how the last year was. Because again, 2020 was just better for everything because of, well, better for certain things because of COVID. Yeah. Not great for
better for this podcast.
Not great for people dying, I guess. But
yeah, well,
people like Activision or companies like Activision, they did even better. Yeah. So yeah, cool.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And stock. I mean, money's fake. We've talked about this on the program before, so that doesn't matter. Their stock will bounce back. But it is funny to see Activision just constantly getting reamed for allegedly mistreating some young ladies at their corporation. Don't do that. It's rude. And there you go. So, all right, boys and girls, that is it. Long one today. Welcome back, Tanner and me, to the program. We're back in action, full swing. Reminder, dude, tomorrow, festivities abound. In 20 hours, Tanner and I are going to be live again, launching the merch store. Okay, if you're hearing this live, then the merch store is coming tonight, dude, soon, probably. I don't know when I'm going to put up this podcast. Could be 5 p.m. Pacific time when you're listening. Hey, you don't have much time, bitch. We might make this merch store live at 7:30, 7:45, 7:32. If you want to find out, the dropshot.com/live, be there 7:30 p.m. sharp, right? Sharp. And then figure out exactly when we're going to launch the store. We'll tell you when we're live. And you need to be there. And hey, hot take, if you're not here live and then you try and buy merch at 8 o'clock and the shirt you wanted in the size you need is sold out, that is your fucking fault, and I'm glad you can't get one. And fuck you. What are your thoughts on that? Be there live. thedropshot.com/live. Don't get fucked, dude. Okay? Don't get fucked when we make the store live and we told you so. We told you we were going to do a little bit before 8. Now, if you can't be there live because you have prior commitments, cancel them. If you can't cancel them, ditch them. And if you really can't do any of those things, then at the very latest, the merch store will be live at 8. And then you can buy some items. So be here live, though, for sure. But if you're not, get some shit anyway. And we'll kind of let you guys know how much stock we have, if any, on our Saturday episode. Saturday episode is going to be very good. First impressions of Vanguard is obviously what that episode is going to be about. We're really excited to play it. That episode should be fun. Hopefully we have some nice things to say about it. I'm sure we will. We've played the beta. I would be shocked if I didn't like anything about it. So, but I'd be shocked if I didn't dislike anything about it. So we'll have more to say for sure on Saturday. I'm also excited to try maps we haven't played before.
Yes, a lot of them too. A whole lot of maps.
A lot of maps. Yeah. So it's going to be really fun. And all of this is not to mention that tomorrow, Thursday on launch night, we're going to try and play as well. So the merch is going to go live, do all that. And then at 9 p.m., we're going to attempt to play the game live. And we're very excited for that as well. So if you want to be here live for that, thedropshot.com/live is where we'll be. Thedropshot.com is where everything's at. It's going to be where the merch store will be. Live always, obviously. We've got links to like our Twitter, the YouTube channel where we have video versions of the podcast. And of course, the Patreon, patreon.com/thedropshot. That is linked at our website. You can just click it. And that's the best way to support the show. 5 bonus eps a month, and much more bonus content. We offer more now, and we'll be offering even more in probably December. We'll keep you guys posted on that. But at the absolute minimum, 5 bonus episodes a month. It's the best way to support the show for you guys, because that's where we offer all of our bonus content, and for us, because we get the most bang for your buck there. So if you feel like wasting money, that would be very much appreciated. We rely most on our Patreon, so we really appreciate everyone's support over there. You guys are nuts, and we are very thankful to you. And if you wanted to waste even more money, the donation link is updated. You could donate to one account. Money goes to Tanner and I equally. I control the account, so I'll lie to him. But
yeah, definitely.
Theoretically, it goes to us equally. So you can check that out as well. Any donation link you can possibly find for either of us, it'll go to both of us. So we would appreciate that as well. If you want to really piss away all your money. So, all right, boys and girls, that is it. We'll be back tomorrow night. Be there. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. Have an excellent evening. Of course, and as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.